Hello, folks. I'm Jimbo.
I'm Kemper.
We're the Stand. We got another good one for you tonight. Actually, this morning. Hey, you know what today is, Matt?
Saturday?
It's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. My bad,
you.
dude. I was thinking it was tomorrow, but it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've been 29 years old for 11 minutes now.
Hell yeah, man. Well, happy 29th, man.
Thank you, guys. Got my kids coming here and tell me. Yeah, my birthday now. Official. It's a fickle.
Fickle.
Fickly my birthday. Oh, my goodness, buddy. I know you've been at work, right?
I've bern at work. I've heard about the Cry Fest and the Lie Fest, but
oh my goodness, buddy. I mean, poor little Ernie.
Poor Ernie,
I just
the
don't
guy
want
that
this.
victimizes everyone trying to play a victim.
I just don't want this, man. I just don't want it no more.
Well, too bad, man. We told him once it got started, it wasn't stopping.
Oh, and listen. He done, my wife got mad at the big old girl for, calling me the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So my sister and a few other family members, but my sister got wind of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And you talking about a firecracker, buddy. Now she's my much older sister,
Oh, she's the protector. I got you.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know, 18 months older than me, I think. She's way older. No, I'm just kidding. You know what the sad thing is, like, she sent Ernie a message and pretty much told him, I mean, and I don't know that she threatened him, but she let it be known that Big Sister is on the hunt. Yeah, she's not gonna go hunt down Ernie, and Ernie knows that. Thank you, son. Thank you. She's not gonna go hunt down Ernie or do nothing crazy because she's a sane person, not
Right.
unlike the killer inside. But she did step up and take up for baby brother, and boy, that really turned Ernie's pickle sour. I mean, he was butthurt bad. He was so mad and hurt that he called me, called me and threatening me. Actually, he tried to extort me, just like he does, just like he did Griff, just like he did Benny, just like he did Doug. And as far as I know, none of them,
Sure.
ran
I
away.
mean, he's tried to extort a lot of people, dude. Yeah.
He calls me and right off the bat, Jimbo, you know who this is? I said, yeah, Ernie, I've got your number saved in, buddy.
Did you forget about food?
We
are.
Anyway, my son came in here and interrupted me, took my train of thought.
You were talking about he called you?
He did call me.
And he said, do you know who this is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I knew who it was because, I got his number saved in, his cell phone number. And I'm going to post that, because he doxed my sister. So I'm going to post his phone number for everybody to see. And, hey, I'm not asking you to, but if you guys want to give old Ern a call and, ask him about the Predator Hunter Nation and how he's doing, maybe get some autographs, whatever, holler at him. Let him know.
He's all about them autographs, folks.
Yeah,
all about
it. Yeah, buddy. But anyhow, I told him, in his little video over there, he said he called me and, said, Jimbo, you stop right now. Please just stop. Being cordial and shit. No, he called me, raising his voice, and you're gonna take it all down right now, or your sister loses her job.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the great colonel for you.
And I gave him 4-letter word followed by a 3-letter word, F-U,
Yep.
And because for one thing, my sister ain't worried about it, and I'm not worried about it. What he tries to do is destroy people by using things he can't do. Like he can't hold down a job.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where my sister works? She works at the police station, and that just burns Ernie up. Ernie, you know, he got to play dress up and play cop. You know, he got to go to the Halloween store and buy his uniform.
Right.
But you know, my sister, hers was issued by the police department. So, and I'm sure that burns him up too. But I will tell you this: my sister is a cancer survivor, and she is the only sister I have left. And I would bet you 1,000 to 1 odds. Now, this is not a threat, little Ern, but I'm gonna give 1,000 to 1 odds that she would bitch slap him and put him on his ass, and he would run away crying. And he cried a lot today, Matt. I didn't get to actually see a lot of it, but Jamie tore him up on it.
What do you mean? What did Jamie do?
I was watching a little bit of Jamie's live, you know, and you know how like Jamie.
Oh yeah.
Boo hoo, little Ern.
Yeah, Ernie, we know fake tears when we see him, bro.
Them's crocodile tears, like his crocodile teeth.
Yep. Yeah, he's not as good as an actor as he thinks he is.
He's a terrible actor.
And he can sit there and cry and play the victim and act like everybody's picking on him and he doesn't deserve this and all this other shit. Well, the people that are sane know different, Ern. We know way different.
I would like to go ahead and just clear up a few things right off the bat. Ernie claims that I didn't show the prosecution's cross-examination. Well, let me just say a couple things right here because I know he's, you know, intellectually challenged.
Oh, that too.
But Ernie, the prosecution presents their case first. They don't cross-examine. That's the defense attorney. Defense crosses, and then if the prosecution feels like they need to, they can rebuttal. But the cross-examination is done by the defense. You would think with all those fancy degrees he's got and being a bounty hunter and all that stuff, he would really know a little bit more about court.
Well, I mean, he's out there passing bills and shit. You know, you'd think he'd know a little something.
Right? So, and also, he wants to talk about, you know, that I played my video, and then when the prosecution said, "May we approach, Your Honor," that I turned it off. You know what? No, I didn't. When they say, "Can we approach, Your Honor?" the damn camera stops, jack wagon. They don't record the defense attorney and the prosecutor and the judge talking about what's going to be admissible into evidence. And I'll just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. All that stuff about you and about Lucinda Lay and her testimony was admissible into court. It was entered into evidence.
Yep.
So the car that you forced her to let you drive, the car that was seen leaving Ronnie King's house as it was set ablaze, was admitted into court, and it was used during the final arguments, closing arguments. Now, I'm just going to let you know, if it wasn't admitted into evidence, then they couldn't have used it during final arguments. Now, I'm not a criminal justice professor, but that's pretty simple stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you object, they either sustain it, or
overrule it.
Now, if it's overruled, then it's admitted into court.
Mm-hmm.
If it's sustained, the objection stands, and that evidence is not allowed. So without boring everybody to death, if it wasn't allowed, they wouldn't have used it in the closing arguments. Okay, little fella? Understand now? So now,
What about us getting these DVDs illegally, or why did we have to pay for them?
well, because they cost money. You know, they don't give away blank DVDs.
They don't even give away the transcripts when they were on paper.
No, you had to pay a nickel a page back in the day, like back in the 70s.
Yep, you got to pay for your medical files when you get them.
Right. You know, people don't just give you stuff. And the people who worked down there at the courthouse that actually, you know, took the time to burn the DVDs and, you know, they make this little thing. I know you don't get one. You don't know what I'm talking about, but it's called a salary. Hey, Scott, welcome in, buddy.
What's up, man?
But you know how that salary gets paid? Well, one is taxes, which I know you don't know nothing about that either. And the other is by revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I swear I didn't come in here to teach a class tonight, you know, but this is a little bit simpler than the general awareness, situational awareness, and what's the other awareness?
Oh, God, I can't remember, dude.
And the aspects of each. But
That's it.
But, oh, and yeah, the rebuttal. There was no rebuttal. The prosecution actually probably wanted to go crawl under a rock after your testimony. Yeah, Scotty, join the crowd, buddy. Join the crowd. He's getting one on everybody. He's getting one on my sister now. Did you hear about her terrorizing him today? He's scared of my sister now. Little Ern. Don't he sound like a little kid getting picked on in the schoolyard? Yeah, I'm gonna go tell on you.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is, man.
Principal, teacher, Jimbo's picking on me again. And you know what? He goes in there and he brings him crocodile tears out. And you know what? He had the gall to pull up Shelby's criminal record.
Well, of course, he's got to overshadow his bullshit.
All right.
That's what he's trying to clutter. Per normal.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you. You know, I do enjoy teaching, but you know, unfortunately, I'm not even going to be a substitute teacher anymore because of the trolls and the haters. But where was I? Dad, burn it.
You were talking about the aspects of each.
Oh yeah, the aspects of each and all that. But well, crap on a stick.
Oh well. Anyway.
Yep. Anywho's.
So who all watched Ern's Cry Fest today? Throw one up in the chat, guys.
Yeah. Hey, if you saw Ernie's crocodile tears,
let's see some tears in the
teardrops,
chat.
Baby, yes. Teardrops.
Throw us some tears, y'all.
We'll wait. Hey, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to play tonight the prosecution and Ernie's testimony after question by the prosecution. I'm sorry, the prosecution, which Ernie was their star witness. He'll tell you, you know.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
But you know, just this dude is. I mean, I saw this stuff today with him crying, and I'm like, "Are you serious, man? Are you serious?" And I just, he gave me the blame for, Tony Jarvis put up the pussycat tears. Was that intended, Tony? Was that intended? Oh, yeah. Shelby's records. That's right. Thank you, Downtown Trina. He had the gall to pull up Shelby's record, right, and show Shelby's arrest record and just his criminal record in general, talking about what an evil killer and all this stuff. You know what? He's got a hell of a criminal record. Like it is highly colorful. But other than the murder charge, I recently saw a very similar criminal record. And that was Brad Enlow's record.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who Ernie claims is one of his besties and refed his trailer park brawl.
Well, yeah. He went on Ernie's Live to say that Rosie wouldn't say anything bad about Ern.
Yeah.
Well, bullshit. I proved different.
Yeah.
Showing those messages, didn't I?
Yeah.
She had a lot to say about Ern.
You damn right she did. And
yeah, old Brad.
Now somehow, some way, Ernie's affected Rosie, and she deleted her messages. We still got them, but we're not like you, Ern. We're not going to force the issue and try to embarrass her. Evidently, you threatened her.
Yeah.
If I'm guessing, you probably threatened her with DCS or CPS or BS.
Mm-hmm.
Because
she knows that you fake being a cop, but you still like to role play.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that. So it wasn't anything to do with you being a cop and the threat. It had to be something different.
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, another thing Ernie gave me credit for, or blamed on me, apparently, and I didn't see the text or whatever, maybe somebody could send me a screenshot, but apparently I'm the reason why Jeremy won't have nothing to do with him.
What?
Yeah.
What? Now, what did he give a reason why?
Apparently, I think he said Jeremy said so. I think I would have to see it.
If anything, it's because you brought up his father's past and he don't want to have shit to do with him.
Well, I didn't know. That's the thing.
Like, right. I know you haven't talked to Jeremy. I'm saying he saw it online, and maybe that's how he's trying to blame you.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But now I haven't seen it, so I'm being speculative here. But if I were guessing, I would say Ernie has manipulated or photoshopped or somehow come up with some kind of messages, possibly even created a fake account.
Mm-hmm. All you got to do is go change the name and then screenshot and then change it back, man.
We're going to talk about that too. Did you see all the fake accounts that were shared to us today? From Ernie's hockey mask days.
Oh yeah, I seen some of it.
Shelly and Shelly Ern and all that stuff.
Dude, I've got a list that I've compiled from all the posts where people outed his fake accounts. I'll have to find it. I think it's like it's a good dozen, and these are old accounts.
Yeah,
this ain't his James Haynes account.
Yeah. But Ernie, he likes to refute, rebut, come up with an excuse for every single thing that it happens. He never takes any blame or credit for anything negative in his life.
Well, see, my question is why didn't he do that on Ziggy's? Why didn't he have all this to come back with on Ziggy's when you were on there with him?
Because he didn't have it. He had to go manufacture it.
Mm-hmm. That's why he wasn't on live all day.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently Tina Simmerly, who I've never in my life seen in person, talked to on the phone, messaged with, conversed with, I don't know her from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she claims that I am dealing OxyContin.
Yeah, well, she's the one dealing out of that hemp store. She knows that she is. Yeah. If they really want to push my button, I can let that information out.
Well, let me tell you, if I'm dealing OxyContin, I'm not very good at it because I'm not rolling in the money.
Yeah, you broke as hell like me, man.
So, I'm not quite as broke as Ernie. My bills are paid. I've got a house to live in, not a charger. When I lay down at night, I lay in the bed with my wife that I've been married to for 29 years. I don't think Ernie's ever been married for 29 months. probably not 29 weeks, not together anyway. You know, I'm sure he's probably married longer than that to a few people because he's been married several times. And I'm sure that when push comes to shove, he can't afford a divorce. Yep. So it probably stays in the marital bliss until the lady finds another man and pays for it. Yep. There is a little plot twist. We're talking about Ernie's wedded bliss. Mm-hmm. Did you know that when Shelby got out of prison?
Yep.
The first time that he hooked up with some chick, and she was like telling him how he looked like her husband. And you know who her husband was?
Ernest Mack.
Mm-hmm. And Shelby called him, and because he didn't want to be weird about it, like, hey man, this lady here, I'm hooking up with her. She says she's married to you, man. Ernie's like, go ahead, man, knock the bottom out of it. Go ahead, buddy. But all these lies, and we bring receipts. Do you know I came up with another receipt today? Just before the show. That's why I pushed the show back 5 minutes. And actually, I wasn't waiting on you, man. I was going to go on without you, but
hey, man, I was gassing it down the highway, dude. I was doing 90 in the snow, bro. So,
but I actually talked to a lady, and I'm going to say lady, because she is a lady, and this lady is the one who provided us with the Peeping Ernie video.
Right. Yep.
Now that's a crime. That's disgusting. It's a crime, and it's stalker. It's stalkerish.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely predatory. Yep.
Yeah. Now, Ernie can say what he wants. She recognizes the street it was on. It was in Buffalo, New York. Ernie's first story was he was working as a private investigator, right? Yeah. Now, when we played it on our thing, or when I played it that night, I gave to, was it Ziggy?
Yeah.
She played it. He threw a fit. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And said that it's that ain't my voice. That ain't my voice.
Yeah, he tried to play that bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it is. Not only is it his voice, it's his mannerisms, it's the way he speaks, and he says that famous bounty hunter word right at the end. Wow. Now, trigger warning. You're going to hear the word sex, and I've got a little video I put together. Now, the mansion video is unedited. It's pure what Ernie sent to this lady. Her name's Tammy. And she saw Ernie for his demonic ways and his creepy ways up front and in personal. So I'm going to mute and just play this video. We'll take down the comment if we can. Can somebody take that down right quick? No.
Hold on, man.
Okay.
Hold on. There we go.
All right, and I'm going to play this video. Let me see if I can push us off the screen, or how does that work? Maybe that'll work. And you guys just enjoy and listen. I think I've got the sound turned up pretty good too. Listen. You decide. You decide. After you hear the video, if you think it's Ernie's voice, throw a 1 up in the chat. Okay? Video lasts a couple minutes. So here we go.
Ernie was staying here for a few days. I sent him to get me a coffee at Tim Hortons, and he was taking a bit too long. But anyways, he sent a video through. He didn't put no topic or anything. I looked at it. It was of 2 people having sex he was peeking through their window. I didn't know how to respond to it. I was very, very speechless. Let's just say that. And then anyways, I waited like 15 minutes more and I said, where's my coffee? Get back here with my coffee. And then he got back with the coffee and he just stood there staring at me, waiting to see if I would mention anything about that video. So anyways, so when he came through the door and I gave me the coffee, set it down, he was just like staring and staring, and I couldn't even look at him because I couldn't figure out why he would do that or even send me a video like that of him peeking through someone's window and recording them. So he waited a little while, and like I said, I couldn't even look at him. And then he mentioned, in a creepy voice, he's like, so did you get the video I sent you?
They're saying every day you get to have sex in a mansion, is it? Or that? Wow.
All right, Matt, did you catch that at the very end? The wow?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now let me get over here in the comments because I'm going to put a 1 in the chat.
I'm very familiar with that video. Very familiar.
Hey, Earn Dog, Skirny Man.
Hey, buddy.
That is 100% you.
YOU.
Yeah, you can't run from that one, buddy.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all you, dog.
You're
all
a creeper.
Mm-hmm.
You're a creeper.
Predator.
Yeah. Now, this man is dangerous. He went on and verbally assaulted Tammy. Called her names, made fun of her looks, which she's out of Ernie's league, if you ask me. And he tried to discredit her. And he said something about her medicine. And, you know, her being a bad person. You know, everybody that comes across your path, Ernie, isn't bad. Okay? There's a pattern here, pal. There's a pattern. You know, all these people now, all these people in the hockey mask days, before, between, after, it's not a coincidence, man. They're not all out to get you. You're a creep. You're a sicko pervert. And karma's coming.
Yeah.
That's not a threat. You're not going to keep getting away with that, though. Eventually, there's going to be a law enforcement officer that's going to take this serious.
Yep.
And you're going to have to stand before a judge at some point. So that's the video I was working on that we pushed back for 5 minutes for. What'd you think about that? What'd you think about those skills?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
And I bring that up, my editing skills, because I would like to address the fact that those DVDs that our good people paid for and that I uploaded on our channel, your channel, our people's channel, The Stand, and I even put our logo at the beginning, put warnings at the beginning. Well, the little fella went and cut those out and used my video without my permission.
Bad.
That's not good.
Nope.
That is not good.
That's a good way to get your channel in trouble.
Go on, doggies. Y'all gonna hear them puppies pouting again. They're all pouting.
Sounds like they're in their at their peak right now, bro.
Yeah, they are. They're wired up.
Yep. They probably having birthday cake with you.
Yes, please. If you're new, welcome here. And be sure and subscribe if you want to.
Mhm.
But we would love to have you. And you saw that receipt. We got more and more and more and more. Hey, I ain't even begun to start uploading the evidence from the trial. Oh,
And the text messages between Ernie and Shelby.
yeah. And that's another thing. Ernie was on his show today, and he was talking about how I gave Shelby the gun. Jimbo, you gave Shelby that gun. You gave it to him. Well, Ernie, that's not what you said to the prosecution.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I said to the prosecution. You were all about it. Shelby stole my gun. Well, the defense attorneys think you stole it.
Yep.
And that you went and killed Ronnie King.
Mm-hmm.
Now, starting to add up a little bit. I see why you were all about it. And now, even though Shelby's pled guilty, you're trying to deflect. And you probably ain't going to get charged, Ernie, because they already got a conviction. No thanks to you.
Yeah, but he's got his own set of actions that they didn't investigate and wasn't part of Shelby's charge.
Yeah.
I mean, there is involvement.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different crime.
Won't get charged, but I'm leading into something like you make a big deal out of that gun, and then you go and describe the gun to the jury.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you describe it to that desk down in front of you because you're coward and you won't look up. Body language says a lot. You big bad bounty hunter striking fear into people's hearts and talking like you're just a bad dude on your computer. But when you're in the room with Shelby and you're in the room with the investigators, the prosecutor, the defense attorney, and the jury, you act like a scared little kitty cat. Throw a kitty cat up for Ernie. Let's see them kitty cats. Meow, 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 meow. But you can't keep a story straight. The only story you got that you've kept the whole time is your sensationalized, the justice system turned a savage lion loose on a helpless community, and I saved them all. Lord, no, Ernie ain't in here.
That was the beginning of his book about Ronnie King, man.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
He's writing his book.
Yep.
But back to the gun. You say,
Aloha. Sorry.
Oh, we got a Hawaii. Heck yeah. Welcome in. Welcome in. So this gun that you said and you described for the jury, for the desk in front of you, you said it was a Smith & Wesson. And then you even bragged, you're a bounty hunter, you're a private investigator, and you know your way around guns. You bragged that it was a blued steel Smith & Wesson, and you're familiar with guns, and you saw the label. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, listen up, little buddy. If you're talking about my gun, your gun slipped up again.
Dude, can you find a gun that looks like the one that you had online?
Yeah, I will.
One that he described that was a Smith & Wesson?
Yeah, I will. I'll do that and show
so we can see the difference.
But it was brought to my attention today that his talk about this gun and knowledge about the gun, now with a lot of new evidence that we discovered along with the trial DVDs, is that Ernie seems to have been present when the gun was used.
Mm-hmm.
At least
I mean, personally, I
stored.
feel that he was trying to distance himself from that gun by giving a wrong description,
Right.
to try to trip up any kind of investigation or connection to him.
Yeah.
That's just my thought, but
It's over there on my side of the bed under the pillows and stuff, I think.
I'm gonna sit over there.
Okay. Sorry, guys. As you know, we got a late start tonight.
yeah,
It's almost
had to work,
3
guys.
a.m. here in Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, anyway. We
Do
got
what?
anybody from other time zones? Show us a lightning tiger if you're from another time zone.
Yeah, I'm in the Eastern time zone, even though I'm this far up in Michigan.
And show us some of those looking eyes for, because we don't have a looking ass, like Benny. But show us those looking eyes if you're in the Eastern time zone. So
It is a Friday night, man.
it is.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it's Saturday morning.
Well, my
Your
bad.
day.
Well, either way,
Yeah.
it's still the weekend.
John Smedley said he knows a difference. Stepdad was a gunsmith and helped work on many a gun. No mistaking those two guns for each other. Big difference.
Right.
I
Well, see,
agree.
that's what I was wanting to see is the difference side by side. Like, this is what he described. This is what it was actually.
Well, that Rossi I had was actually like an old Rossi that had been refurbished or whatever you want to call it. I know with computers they call it refurbished. I'm not sure about with a gun. Maybe John Smedley could say, but it a friend of mine had cleaned it up and it was
Restored, I guess.
Yeah,
would be the
restored.
word. Yeah.
Beautiful little gun, and it was small. It was it looked kind of like a 22, but it was it definitely wasn't blued, which the gun is not actually the color blue when you say blued, but it's the black looking steel. But
Somebody's
it was
got
stainless steel.
5:48 a.m.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, party on, man.
Heck yeah! Yes,
Sorry.
it's very cold here too. I think it's around mid-20s. Ooh, baby, cold out there. How cold you got it up there, Kemper?
That's what I'm about to look. I know it's snowing and the wind's blowing really steady right now, dude. Really steady. Like it's like almost kind of thunderstorm kind of weather, but with snow out there right now.
Yeah. So he wants to go through this video that he stole from our our videos that you people paid for, and it was uploaded to the stand that we own the copyright to. You hear that word, Ernie? You're going to be hearing from YouTube about that. Copyright. All one word. Copyright.
It's 26 degrees, and it's a steady 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh, yeah, I bet the wind chill's crazy. Crazy.
Real feel 9.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cold, man.
Yep.
That's cold. Downtown Trina. Strike one, I think, is on the way. I think it's on the way. I did my part. We'll see. Definitely not his video. He
Nope.
damn sure didn't get permission to use it. And he damn sure didn't put the Fair Use Act in front of it. So he has really no leg to stand on.
Yep.
And he cut our logo off the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just blatant.
It's ghetto.
Yeah.
Go buy them, Ern. Go buy them. Get your people to pitch in. Go get your own copy. And then still realize what we're saying is true, buddy. Because you know it's true. You don't have to see the videos, Ern. You know the truth, dude. You know the truth.
He does. He's surprised that everybody else knows it now.
Now, Yeah, he's in denial. He's definitely trying to pull some PR moves, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see it with his crocodile tears, his scramble to have all of this information to push. What he did was clutter up what we were saying, guys. Thanks for coming back so you can see it straight. We appreciate it.
That's right.
We're not going to fudge it up. We're not going to sit here and make it something it's not. You guys have been watching for at least a week and a half. You've heard me and Jimbo say Ernie had nothing to do with it. Ernie had nothing to do with it. Then we get to this and we're like, holy shit, Ernie's got something to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can't dodge this.
Anybody.
Like, Jimbo has defended him. And then when because just like Ernie, Jimbo was sequestered. So he didn't hear a bunch of this. He got hit with all this bullshit about him being homosexual with Ernie.
Yeah.
And believe me and him had talks about it. Okay. So trust me, I've been through this whole thing too. It's been a ride, but it's the truth. That's the problem for Ernie. And he can't whitewash this.
No.
Gaslight that, Ern. Gaslight that, buddy.
All right.
It ain't shit we did. That's all you, Ern.
So I want to, just to be fair to Ern, because he says that I didn't show the prosecution questioning him and I wasn't fair. I only showed the defense attacking him. Well, that's not true. But in all fairness, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go over Ernie's testimony tonight to the prosecution, just to show that I did show and I am showing again.
Both sides.
Both sides. Yeah, I have no problem with that because you look guilty on both sides.
Right. Well, I mean, and like I just said, you have defended him until you run into this brick wall.
Yeah.
You can't dance around this one. You can't dance around that wall.
Even when we were, when I first saw the prosecution and I saw the video, I questioned his body language.
Mm-hmm.
Like, goodness gracious, Ernie, why? Where's that big confident bounty hunter guy? Or
oh yeah,
that's sitting in the car and.
Well, the courtroom should be his
going,
place. That's where all the drama and the theater is.
Right. Now this is this is the first one. I got them numbered. I can't remember if I got them actually in the order, but you're going to see the prosecution's questioning of Ernie. And I know I say prosecution, but Ernie wasn't technically on trial here. He was actually supposedly the prosecution's star witness. They're chewing up his cord over here.
Get over here.
Let me make sure my dogs don't chew up everything over here, and I'll play this video.
Come here.
The first one's only like 40-some seconds, and this was before I had actually started getting all the
sound right
and stuff and going. Yeah, so this is kind of
this was
raw.
night one, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is raw kind of footage that's it doesn't have our logo listed when we play them, I don't think, but you're going to see Ernie on the witness stand in his brother's murder trial. And this is the video that Ernie says I didn't show. So I'm going to mute and show this.
No. So you're denying that statement today? I don't remember that. Let me go back to a couple more things. Can we go back to the question about paying people? About what? About paying people. No, we're not going back to that.
Let's sustain the objection on that. Let's move on.
My bad. My fault. That actually is the defense. Oops, sorry, Aaron. I promise I'll play the prosecution for you. Let me cue up the prosecution. But while we played it, let's did you see the evil eye he gave the defense attorney? Like, no, I didn't say that. Are you denying it? Oh, well, I don't remember saying it. Not the same confident old bounty hunter you guys been seeing, is it? I might have to go back. Oh, there they are, way back. My bad. It was 7 days ago. My fault, guys. All right, we'll play this one.
Please speak up loud and clearly. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ron. Mr. Shelf, if you could, will you introduce yourself to the jury and the court?
My name is Ernie Shell. I'm the defendant's brother.
And by the defendant, are you referring to Shelby Shell seated over here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take you back, Mr. Shell, and try to stay on specifically a conversation that may have taken place with then Detective Michael Cornett. Okay. Are you aware of Michael Cornett?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know him, know his face? Do you recognize him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this Michael Cornett over here?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall speaking to Mr. Cornett on or about February 25th, 2013?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did it come about that you were in a position to be speaking with Mr. Cornett?
Me and the defendant and I, we took a ride to Harlan, and he discussed pretty much all the actions that have been taking place.
Sorry, guys, I had to mute because I want you to pay attention when Ernie starts telling his big sensational story that he never looks up. He's always going to look down and tell his story the way he's rehearsed it.
That had taken place 4 or 5 days prior. And just with some of the actions that he had done during that, I knew that something had to be done.
Okay. Now, let me ask you specifically, did you and Shelby talk on the phone?
When was this? Multiple times.
Just ever? Have you ever talked on the phone
Yes,
with
sir.
Shelby, your brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you stated that you're related, and you've already said he's your brother.
Mhm.
Can you recognize him? Do you recognize his voice and things of that nature?
Yes, sir.
Okay. About this period of time, February 25th, 2013, February 24th, 2013, did you ever have a conversation with Shelby Shell on the phone wherein he was talking about Ronnie King?
When was the date?
February 25th, February 24th?
No,
Okay.
not on that.
Did you ever have a conversation at any point on the phone where Shelby Shell was talking about Ronnie King?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Given his trial, be
All right. Yeah, every now and then he looks up and talks to the prosecutor, but when he's telling his story, he looks down. Never looks up, always looking down, rehearsed.
Yep.
It's pretty blatantly obvious in his body language. Can you hear the lack of confidence in his voice? Like, that's not the same guy you hear on Rescue Our Children's channel, right?
I don't know. I mean, but it, like you said, it's like he's rehearsed it. So he's trying not to screw up. He's just a bad actor.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, he was under pressure. I mean, think about it, man. I mean, his car was seen on video leaving the murder scene. So there's a lot on the line for Ern here. I mean, now that we know that and go back and look at this, you can see that more. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's wild. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing, is a guy that knows everything's on the line. He can't screw up. So he executed his lies to perfection, but he didn't do it with confidence.
Yeah. TP, that's right. Ernie said that he witnessed Shelby holding a gun out of the window, and you're going to see that story today too. And where he's, this one's for the mom and this one's for the child, and then he thanks Ernie. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I didn't have enough ammunition to kill everybody. And all that takes place while Ernie's driving by these two people. Just a whole lot of stuff takes place while they're driving on the friggin' road, with not stopping, like just a little bit unbelievable. And the jury didn't believe it either, obviously. So I'm going to mute and play this next set of testimony. I think it's a little bit longer, this one is.
Week prior to
Stated within that conversation.
it was about a week prior to that, or no, it was about 2 weeks prior to that date. He would ask me if I would give him a ride to Everett's, and he kept naming this Ronnie King. And the only way I've ever heard of Ronnie King was through like he was a manager or something at some apartment complex in East.
I just caught something.
What's up?
Ernie said
the only time he's ever met Ronnie King.
Yeah, he never heard of him. Didn't know it.
Yep. So he lied.
He lied again on the stand.
Yep.
Explain that one, Ern.
You knew the man.
And he said that he stated that he had worked for him before and he could make money off of him, and that was pretty much yeah.
Okay.
And of course, I never did do that.
Never did do what?
No, I never did take it.
Had to add that in, right? Of course, I never did do that. Did the prosecution ask you that for that information? You make yourself look guilty because you can't shut your big damn mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buddy, guilty man is nervous. And that right there is a nervous dude.
Did he tell you why he was wanting to go to Ronnie King?
No, he just said he worked for him before in the past and he could work for him and make money.
Okay. All right. Do you recall informing Detective Cornick that Shelby had called you and started speaking about the death of Ronnie King?
It was not a phone call, it was face to face.
Okay. The first time was face to face?
The first time was he had hinted on that. He said, "Did you hear about what happened to Ronnie King?" And I said, "Who?" Because that was not even a familiar name for me.
So he just now said that he had heard Ronnie King before. He was the manager at Eastbrook, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then a week later, when Shelby said something, "Did you hear about Ronnie King?" Ernie goes, "Who?" It don't add up, does it?
Nope.
I'm wondering. I saw it with blinders on first time. Still taking up for Ernie, even though I'm making him look like a horse's ass. I was still taking up for him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty blatant right there, right? I don't know him. I do know him. I don't know him. I never heard his name. Oh, I heard his name. Nope. Yep. Oh, what? What are you doing, Ern? What are you doing? I guarantee you the prosecution wanted to crawl under a table.
And then I started looking into it, and I was like, yeah, because I was actually on the computer, and I was looking up topics when he was talking about it, as he was talking about it.
Yeah.
And I was seeing things that he was saying, and nobody knew exactly what it all happened, but he was filling in pretty much the gaps and being in private investigations. It was kind of clicked on me, and then
those private investigations kind of clicked on him, on topics, because, you can find out stuff on topics. Boy, did we find out some stuff on topics, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, Eric Rush. He had a lot to say about you, Ern.
Mm-hmm. You and Shelby.
Something about John Berger.
Yep.
And Shelby in the parking lot. And
Ernie probably ain't never heard that name before.
You follow Alabama?
Yeah.
No. That's his favorite story to tell about him and his brother. One of them, about his brother throwing him off a bridge, and he got launched on by a gator.
Yeah.
No, it
Gator
didn't
bait.
happen. Not there, dude. Not there. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, there's probably some, but you ain't gonna just throw somebody in a gator get you. No, ain't how it works, man. Especially in that area. There's no swamps there.
I asked him a question. I said, well, who's involved in this and everything? And he stated out, I've heard Kevin Dixon and another name by the name of Tim Hall, I think it was.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Had Shelby ever talked to you about robbing Ronnie King in the past?
No.
Huh?
No.
Did you?
Okay, so Ernie's talking about a bunch of different Ronnie King stories, and Shelby told him certain things, and then he didn't tell him. And, like, I don't think it's going too good for him.
No.
Like, and this is just, what are we, 2 minutes in? 2 minutes into his friggin' key witness testimony, and he ain't even started talking about the gun yet. And his brother, the killer. We're gonna get to that.
And do remember, folks, this is the prosecution.
Yeah, they were on Ernie's side. You know, like they're trying to get a conviction of Ernie's brother.
Well, what I'm saying is we're seeing both sides: the defense going at Ernie, and the prosecution going at Ernie. And this is the prosecution. Yeah. This is what Ernie said we weren't playing. So.
Right, so we got some more queued up here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything involving Ernie Shell is a trigger warning. That's about right. We can just leave the trigger warning up all the time, probably.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to mute, and let's see. I didn't check the mute time on this, but I may stop, and especially if I catch some more Ernie lies going on in it. I mean, there are a bunch of them. So I may go down one day and just write down all his lies, 1 by 1 by 1 by 4 by 4 by 8 by 10 by, probably have to get 2 or 3 notebooks.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, yeah, crazy.
Inform Detective Corniff that he had?
Not before it happened. Everything. I mean, if you're asking the actual confession when he confessed to me, he told me the whole story. But before prior events, no, he never said anything about that. If that's what you're asking.
Okay. Are you aware whether or not the interview between you and Mr. Corniff was recorded?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was it or was it not?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go then to the first time from your statements here today. When was the first time that you said something about confessing? When was the first time that Shelby informed you of his involvement with Ronnie King's murder?
I think it was the day before, the 25th, 24th.
Okay, and how did that conversation arise?
Okay. Dude's had almost 7 years on his testimony here. And just like when he said it was over 1,156 arrests, like,
yeah.
I think it was the day before the 25th. Hello. Can't you just say it was the 24th without saying that? I mean, when you're nervous and you're lying, shit comes out like that.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, man, when I was a kid, I went to the principal's office. That's what I looked like right there. I'm lying, dude. Oh, no, that wasn't me. No, heck no. It was on the day before the 25th. The liar. All he does is lie, man. You know what? It's carried right out through his whole adult life. And that comes out to show in this trial, too.
He actually called me up on the phone. He said, I'm on my way. I think he said, I'm on my way down, and I want to have a Brother's Day and Family's Day. And I said, that's cool. I said, that's real nice. I mean, he just take out a job, he was married.
Okay. I just got another one. I'm going to show these text messages in the next few days. Shelby's not the one who said we're going to have a Brother's Day. Nope.
That was Ernie.
Yeah. Shelby said word for word what happened in his messages between Ernie and his text messages. And I just got a text. It reminded me of something. Yesterday was the anniversary of Ronnie King's death.
Wow, it is, dude.
Thank you. That was one of our great team that brought that to my attention. But yeah, I mean that's another key factor that you screwed up on, Big Ern, Little Ern, Skern, Skirny Smell, Bernie Shell, whatever you are. I know one thing for sure, that it don't mess up, and I can say it right the first time, every time. You are a liar.
Through and through, boy. Through and through.
I thought everything was going good, but after I started talking with him, and he was saying he wanted to go to Everett and get the family, and just he had a bag of presents for them, and something in his voice just triggered it, just instincts, and I just started realizing things, and I drew a timeline up and started putting pieces together of what I know, what happened, and, from the internet really, and just as he's telling me things, he was like, well, I want you to meet. He said, that file you've got, he said, you used for a mask or something. He said, I need you to bring that.
Okay. Now everybody on the face of the earth knows you're lying, because ain't nobody ever seen you work on a mask.
Nope.
So it's highly unlikely that Shelby saw you use a file on a mask. Now you may
unless you were marking it up and selling it as your own, but it was somebody else's creation, because you were known to do that.
I mean, it's possible that you did. It's possible that's one thing you're not lying about. Tony, if you're still in here, is there, a need for a 12-inch metal file to file down a mask? I mean, it's possible. It's at least possible that that's a tool that would commonly be used, and that Shelby may have seen him using if he actually worked on a mask. So I don't know if Tony's still in here or not.
We've seen him shoot a mask. That's true. We sure have.
Well,
string.
Yeah, throw some praying hands up for the family of Ronnie King. That's a great gesture there, Chad. I guess Tony might not still be here. We will ask him another day for sure. All right, we'll play a little bit more.
And I forgot about the file. And of course, I met him at Walmart in Corbin, Kentucky. And first question he asked me was like, did you bring the file? I was like, no, I didn't bring the file. And he said, oh, we really need that God bless the file. And I really don't want to go to Lowe's or wherever to get one.
I really need that God blessed file. A murderer who, and I mean, I was around Shelby, like, he didn't hold back with his language. But he really needed that God blessed file.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's a made up story,
Yeah. And why? Why you got to make that up? His theory was that Shelby filed down. Well, what he testified to was that Shelby filed down the inside of the gun barrel so it wouldn't be a ballistics match. Now, there wasn't a ballistics match, but they also didn't say that there was any type of damage done to the inside of the barrel, or that it appeared to be in the bullet. I don't know what they call that. The bullet that actually was found. They didn't say that there was anything about, it being altered. So there's that. Honestly, I'm seeing more and more going back through this for the second time that I didn't pick up on the first time.
Yep, different perspective, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, of course, now I'm looking at it through the eyes of that I believe he's lying. Well, I knew he was lying, but
if the jury could do that, his brother wouldn't be in prison.
I fully believe that.
Yep.
I fully believe that.
I mean, we were skeptical at the beginning. Then we saw it. We're like, nah. And then we seen the defense, like, final comments or whatever it's called.
Closing arguments.
Yeah, closing arguments. That's it. But we seen that, and it was like, oh, dear Lord. And I mean, just from our memory, things started sticking out, like the off description of the gun. Him saying that he didn't know Ronnie King, and he did. That lie became a big one.
Oh, my goodness. Can't even say how big it was.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and now that we're looking, he prompted this. We probably wouldn't be going back and looking at it again. Thank you, Ernie. We appreciate it, brother.
Yep.
It's good shit.
This one's for you. Happy birthday to me. This one's for you. All right, I'm going to play just a little bit more of this. This is another video. And no, Ern, I'm not cutting it and editing it. I only play like 1 or 2 minute segments because, it's smaller files. It's easier to transfer from the phone to the computer and upload to YouTube. So eat it.
Cornice that he had, informed Detective Cornice that he had.
Not before it happened. Everything. I mean, if you're asking the actual confession when he confessed to me, he told me the whole story. But before prior events, no, he never said nothing about that. If that's what you're asking.
Okay. Are you aware whether or not the interview between you and Mr. Cornice was recorded?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was it or was it not?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go then to the first time.
Hang on, my
from your
bad. I
statements here today.
played
What's the
another
first
damn
time
video
that,
I've already played. My bad, Ern. Are you still in here hanging out, Ern? I'm sure you're watching. I pulled up the video we've already seen. Why'd you let me do that for, Matt?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry, dude. No, didn't he get 20 years?
He pled guilty and took a 20-year plea deal.
Yeah.
Which he's already served 10 or 11. He was incarcerated in 2013.
Yeah, that time served from 13.
Yeah. So he's 9 years, I guess. He's.
Yep. It's going to be bad news bears. Ernie better hope he goes to prison. Because when Shelby gets out, it's going to be on. It's going to be on.
Yeah. And did you hear Ernie trying to threaten me with Shelby? Like,
you already know, dude.
Yeah, Shelby, Jimbo's the guy. He's the one who put you in. He's taking all the credit for it.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, Shelby knows Ernie's involvement. Ernie can't erase that.
Shelby was sitting right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Ernie won't look at Shelby, but I guarantee you Shelby was looking at him the whole time.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's play a little bit more here. Let me mute my big mouth.
And as we sat in the vehicle, he pretty much explained what all happened.
Okay, so tell me what he explained, what all happened.
First thing he done, he said, I know you do hockey mask and you're related to the Friday the 13th industry and you do.
God damn, I didn't make it what, 10 seconds? So I got to call bullshit. So Shelby's been in prison pretty much his whole adult life, and
This was 2019, Arsenal.
yeah, the murder took place in 2013.
Yeah,
but
the trial was in 2019.
Shelby tells Ernie, "I know you're related to the Friday the 13th industry." No, he didn't. That's not something that would have came out of Shelby's mouth. He's intellectually, I don't know how they said it, but he's not a smart man, and for him to say that in the text message, sorry guys, but for him to word that way, nah, not believable, Ernie. Not believable in the slightest. Like it did not happen the way you said it happened. And that's a fact, Jack. So, man, these receipts are smacking him in the mouth again.
Hard.
And, he basically begged me to play this. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Constitution said, Jimbo.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, here you go, Ern.
Here, one more time. What was that, Britney Spears? Hit me one more time. I don't remember who it was. Was it Britney Spears?
Birthday Boy?
Hell no, I ain't singing. But I played the drums. By the way, do you know what they call people who hang out with musicians? Drummers.
True.
So throw me a 1 up in the chat if that was Britney Spears that sings "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and throw me a 2 up in the chat if it wasn't.
And 3 if you think it's Ernie's theme song.
Uh-oh, I got to throw some stuff up in the chat here. Watch this, because I'm like Ernie. I just take all of them.
All of them. I'm gonna start
3.
handing out wrenches. Somebody crack that one.
Send me 2 forms of personal identification and a certified check in the amount of $9,999.99. And you have to name your firstborn child after me or Mr. Matthew Kemper.
Yes.
All right. So I've seen plenty of 1s and 3s, so I'm going to play a little more of Ern's Lyres.
Certain things for them, he says, I just want you to know something, Holmes. He said, I'm a real killer. And that's when he pulled the pistol out. And then at that point, I mean, I was already putting it together in my head what was going on just from prior experience.
And when he told you that he was a real killer, what did you say?
I tried to laugh it off. No, man, you're crazy, man. No,
I'm the real killer, he said.
That's Ernie's saying.
Oh my God, so incriminating. And for the life of me now, I can't figure out why he wants to hear the prosecution's version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I really don't want your ID. I'm just kidding. Please don't anybody send me your ID. I don't want it. That was 100% a joke. And don't send it to Matt neither, because he's creepy.
You know it.
Oh, just kidding. So, yeah, that's more like something Ernie would say than what Shelby would say. A lot of the stuff that Ernie's saying Shelby said sounds more like what Ernie would say. Did you follow that?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of confusing. I kind of lost train of thought myself. All right. Play a little bit more.
Just like that. And he's like, no, I'm a real killer, Holmes, or something like that. And that's when I really knew it was.
Hang on, let me pause it. God dang it.
No.
All right. No, I'm the real Killer Holmes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The real Killer Holmes. My God. That is just knuckin' futs. I mean, listen, whoever said Tina and nudes in the same damn sentence, it's my birthday and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Way to shit on his day.
You know what Charles Barkley would say? That's terrible. That's terrible. All right. So now we know that Shelby is the real Killer Holmes. We'll play a little bit more.
No, he said after that was over, during this point, he said, you know the Ronnie. He said, I'm just gonna let you know something. He said, you're my brother. He said, I love you. He said, but I'm just gonna tell you something. He said, I am a real killer, and I said, and of course I was trying to laugh it off again, trying to say, just trying to change the subject, pretty much what I was trying to do. Then he looked at me. He said, you know the Ronnie King? And I said, Ronnie King? I said, yeah. He said, the one that was killed up the Everett's and all that. He said, I did that.
Okay. I want you to look where Ernie's eyes are. When he tells the biggest lie he's told in the whole trial.
Yep.
When he's lying about what Shelby said. Now, Shelby did confess to the murder. But I do not believe Ernie's story on how he said that.
Right.
And look at his body language. His shoulders are sunk in. He's looking down, and he's not dare to look at Shelby or the prosecutor or the jury. You guys see that? Throw me a 1 up if you guys see what I see right there. Throw me a 2 up if you think I'm full of poop. And that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. I ain't going to be like Ern and kick you out just because you're mad at me.
Somebody get a wrench on that one right there. Crack him.
What is wrong with that?
Crack him.
Whack-a-mole. Or what is it? Whack-a-mole or whack-a-troll? Whack-a-troll.
Yeah.
Whack. So, yeah, it's just a little bit too sensational with his storytelling right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I did that. For one, Shelby is talking to Ernie, and by all accounts, Ernie don't know who Ronnie King is. And Shelby affirms to him, you know Ronnie King? Why would he say that?
Right.
You know Ronnie King? The one that got killed up in Everett's? I did that. Just don't add up.
Nope.
Just don't add up.
Not a bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this, but while I play this next few, go ahead and queue up, throw me some perfect 10s, a 10 in the chat if you believe Ernie's just making that story up. Actually, a 10 in the chat if you think the jury would see through that.
And then after that, he started with the story.
So in the story, after he's told you he's killed Ronnie King, first off, let's go back to the gun. You said he had a weapon on him.
Mm-hmm.
What did that look like?
It was a blue 38 Smith & Wesson weapon.
And I got to stop you right there. So you say I gave him that gun. I ain't never owned a Smith & Wesson 38. Never. Ain't never owned a blued out 38. Never. There's a distinct difference between a stainless steel and a blued out or blued steel. It's not called a blued out, not that I know of. A blued steel gun. Distinct difference. Right? John Smedley knows. That's just unfathomable that he said that, knowing that when they arrested Shelby, they took the damn murder weapon. You screwed the whole case right there. You screwed it. Because in the closing arguments, you'll see that they didn't even introduce a murder weapon. I wonder why. Wonder why. So if you think, I know you guys aren't experts like Skirn Dog, but if you think you'd know the difference between, and it's okay if you don't, if you know the difference between a blued steel gun and a stainless steel gun, throw me a 1 up in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Okay. And how did you know it was a Smith & Wesson?
I could see the label on it, and I'm familiar with weapons.
Okay. Now, you had said earlier that he had brought you a file, or you had requested that you bring in a file. Is that right?
Right.
What did he use that file for?
Well, we had to go back and get the file because he insisted.
Okay.
So we went back to the house. I actually told him, I said, just go to Lowe's and get one. And that's when he says, you're never to be seen. You're never, when you're doing anything like this, you're never supposed to be around cameras or anywhere you can be seen, located, or positioned.
All right. Got my bullshit meter going full-fledged right here. Join me for a minute here, Kemper. Unmute.
I'm here, brother.
All right. So we got a guy who's been in prison his entire adult life. Okay? He's been in prison. And he's probably even before he was an adult. I don't know, but just I'm guessing he probably had some juvie time too.
Yeah.
So this guy's been in prison his entire adult life, and he's committing this murder, and he's telling Ernie that you don't go where you can see, where cameras can see you. Right? You stay away from where cameras are positioned. We're talking about a guy who's got a intellectual disability. I think that's the correct word. Intellectual disability. We're talking about a guy who is ineligible to receive the death penalty because he's not smart enough. And he's going to tell you that when you commit a crime like this, you can't be seen or located around cameras, right? You can't be around where cameras or can see you or locate. Just don't add up. Just don't add up. It does. It absolutely does sound like Ernie set you up.
Yep.
I mean, my dog is in there whining now.
Right.
There is no dogs harmed in the filming or broadcasting of The Stand. I promise. They're all in good shape. They're just whiny little things tonight. And if I wasn't on live stream and lights were all out, they wouldn't be whining. But yeah, I mean, just that, there's more and more stuff that just don't add up. Phoebe Beach, there is no testimony or anything saying that they went to the mayor's house together that day. Now, the morning of the fire that was set around the murder or timing of the murder, there was Ernie's car was spotted leaving the scene of the crime, or a car just like it. So, yeah, that was presented to the jury. That's not made up. That's not me trying to assassinate your character. That's what was presented to the jury. Evidence. Official evidence.
Yep.
All right.
It is.
I think we're about finished with this one, so I'm going to go ahead and let it finish probably. Unless I catch some more BS. Then I'm just going to have to stop.
And I said, okay. And he was getting kind of like, he was getting hot.
Well, that was quicker than I thought. That was the end of it. Can Akitas be used as sled dogs? I don't know. You could probably Google that. I will tell you that the males will run anywhere from 125 to 150 pounds. The male that we have, the father of these, was the runt of his litter, and he weighs about 110, 115, just depending on what time of year it is.
6 foot tall.
Yeah, and when he stands up, he's taller than me. He is a beautiful beast. And if you're in Alaska, I don't know if that's just the screen name or if you're really in Alaska, but he would be in absolute heaven. These puppies are bred to be winter. They love the absolute cold. And the heat doesn't bother them either because their coats, there's double coated, and their heats or their coats are, protection from the cold and protection from the heat. So it's pretty awesome. Just don't ever cut their hair.
Please.
Yeah. So back to the video. I mean, Ernie's telling this sensational story, and to me, especially now, Ernie and I were close friends, and even when I watched this the first time, I still kind of have blinders on because, Shelby did confess to me on tape. But we all know, me and Matt talked about this, that Ernie is very persuasive.
Yeah.
You see all these people he's got doing his dirty work for him now, they've never laid eyes on him other than his damn videos. I mean, it's crazy. Lord gracious, I don't know if Pomeranians are related to Akitas or not. I've never seen that. Pomeranians are tiny little things. We actually have a Pomeranian here too. Yeah, it's the meanest dog in the house. Poms are related to Satan. I will give you that. I will give you that. Little Seabiscuit here. He is the meanest damn dog around here. We got to save his life all the time. He wants to pick a fight with every one of these dogs. And these puppies, these 8-week-old, well, they're 9 weeks old now, probably. Akita are twice as big as he is already. But yeah, I mean, it's very believable to me that Ernie could have persuaded him. You heard about a Dodge Caliber driving away from the scene, and that was said to be Ern's car at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely true. And Ernie, when he, when I went up on his panel last night after I was awakened, however you want to say it, I did. I will get a picture here in just a minute and show you there. But Ernie, they want a picture of Bodie.
I mean, honestly, though, Jimbo, we've heard a lot of people from that area talk about this case, okay? And in public opinion, okay, how many people thought Ernie was involved? Lots, even his own family.
Oh, yeah.
And this was from what they were seeing before you and Ernie even knew. 2 years, almost 3, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
But public opinion was Ernie was involved. Well, apparently they knew some of the stuff. The family knew. And when I say involved, I ain't saying specifically he killed the guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he at least knew about it a week before and was there.
Yeah.
That in itself, I do believe is accessory.
Absolutely. I mean, especially if proven, I mean, if there was a crime committed, and for sure, a heinous crime, and I think there were several others committed that aren't on the books.
Yep. And see, that's why I was saying, yeah, Shelby done pled guilty to this, but we're not talking about to homicide. We're talking about obstruction, very possible,
Yep.
into the investigation. You've also got accessory after the fact. Because apparently he was there to help his brother destroy evidence,
Yeah.
at the very least. And he knew it was happening. Even if he sat in the car and knew his brother was doing it, still the same.
Yeah.
So, regardless of Shelby's guilty plea, I still think that it's possible they could look into a separate set of charges for Ern. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my opinion.
I agree.
But, I mean, it's like I said, he's not going to get charged for the same thing that Shelby did. He'll have his own set.
Hey, on a lighter note, that there on the screen, that's Bodie. He's them babies' pappy.
That's a pretty boy.
Bodie, right now he's weighing about 115. It's winter. He's lazy. We don't get him out as much. But yeah, he's about 115 right now. Like I said, he was the runt of his litter. He's not a runt now, but he was the runt of his litter.
No, he's no runt, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to get that dog standing still for a picture. So yeah, I had to get his butt. And he was getting ready to jump down, and I hollered, "Bodie!" And you see him turn around there. I snapped that picture real quick, and he's like jumped down, and he looked at me like, "Really, dude? Really?" You know, remember how Ernie, when Benny porn bombed him, he goes, "Really, Benny? Really?" Bodie had that look on his face.
That was the funniest shit, dude. I swear to God, that was the funniest shit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was the best, dude. Oh, Benny eats him up every time. It's awesome. It's so awesome. But yeah, man, like I said, there's definitely, in my opinion, a second set of charges, or a separate set for Ern, because of what he did, or at least the fact that he was there.
Oh, I agree. I'm gonna look for this video of where he tells his little story. I don't want to pull up the wrong video and have to start digging. So, but I'm gonna look for it.
What are you looking for?
The story. He's still on the stand with the prosecution, but he's telling a story about, when he throws his hands up at the end, like when he was out with Shelby.
Oh yeah.
The story about the saving the mom and the child. Just the ridiculous story,
An Ernie story.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always saving a mother and daughter.
Yeah.
It's his favorite thing, man.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah. It's a pattern, man. Everything's a pattern for him, dude. I mean, it's sad, dude. It really is. I mean, it's sad to see. I mean, I wish he would go get himself some help, but he wants to sit here and go for the Golden Globe or whatever.
Yeah.
On a Friday night at 7:00. Like, dude, you didn't do anything but solidify what we have said about you.
Yep.
You gave a great performance, Ernie. Thank you.
He sure did.
You always do, man. Whether you're doing the marathon on the interstate or whatever. Great performance, man. Except for on the stand. When you were testifying, dude. What happened there, man? Them little bitty huevos go up inside again?
Huevos, I like it.
Well, it's true, man. He talks like he's the man.
Yeah.
He walks around like he's the man, dude. Pathetic. I mean, I don't see how he tries to pass this shit off in person to people. I don't see how, man. It's not passable.
Well, most people who actually are around him, like they see right through him. And, it's that's just Ernie. Ernie telling lies again. Or telling a story, making something up. And the defense absolutely pointed that out and showed everybody that just about everything he says you can't believe.
Right.
That's really tells a lot. Like, you want to talk about why there's a 6-6 hung jury, and man, I really should have paid a little bit more attention to what all he was saying today, but I know he said something about the jury being hung 6-6, and that he's the reason why they were 6-4, and whatever, man, whatever, dude. Like,
that was a slop job, Ernie.
Yeah.
Job, dude.
Oh my gosh, you should have seen the cry fest over there, man. Like, people telling him, "We love you, Ernie. We feel so sorry for you. You've been through so much." Because he told him he was kidnapped with a machine gun, thrown in the trunk of a car, and found later in Atlanta.
Wagga, wagga, wagga.
Yeah,
that's why your sister said you had pretty much a normal life, dude.
Yeah, nobody else in his family or his friends has ever heard that story before.
Right. I mean, some families heard the werewolf stories.
And you know what the thing is, though? The fact of the matter is, if you catch him in that lie, you know what he's going to say? Sting operation.
Yeah.
Sting operation. That was a sting operation.
Our eyes and ears have deceived us.
Yeah, they have.
Those
eyes and ears, they see block. Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, gee, it's like if he's moving his mouth, it's a lie, man. I've never known him to tell the truth. I mean, he tried to pass off, I scammed some people. He was talking about his mask days and him not filling orders. Dude, you purposely did it. It wasn't like it was an accident, asshole.
Yeah.
We know this. If it was an accident and you just took too many orders and couldn't fill them, it was basically because you probably tried to start doing it being behind 150 masks.
Yep.
Like, dude, you purposely took orders. He lost how many PayPals or whatever?
Oh, man, I've got at least 5 or 6 that are in, messages to me. Hey, this is my new PayPal. You loan me some money, send it to this PayPal.
Yep.
And then, of course, he moved on from PayPal. He's got a PayPal now, but he's not.
But what he would do is people would report because he wasn't filling orders, and he would change or get a new one. And then it would happen again, and then it would be a new one. And it was over.
Then he started his new con, and you'll see some of those in those Friday the 13th forums where he was telling people to send those, send that information, friends and family, or send that money, friends and family.
Yep. So we wouldn't be able to be disputed or something.
Couldn't get a refund.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was on purpose. So, dude, you did scam and thieve from people, man. You need to really just be clean, come clean to yourself, dude. I mean, that is the first step, dude. You got to admit this shit, dude. You don't. You're only saying anything because we've got you.
Yeah.
That's why. And trust me, big guy or little guy, we got lots more, and not just from this trial. There's lots more.
Oh, yeah. We haven't even begun. Listen, I've got a slew of emails.
Mm-hmm.
That are not just with Ernie, but with Tina and Xander, and disrespecting our men and women that are military, and I've been given permission to use those. Actually, I could have used them tonight, but we've got this going on, and
I'll tell you something. I've seen a beautiful. I don't know what you would call it, and something beautiful has been happening, I guess, the past 2 days. We're starting to see a lot of these victims that didn't want to be known about saying, hey, I don't care. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I'm going to help. I want to do whatever I can to help. He needs to go away.
They're taking a stand.
Yep. And not for nothing, guys. It's not just one. It's not just two. It's not just three. All I can say, Ernie, is you better prepare yourself for what's going to happen. because these people are about to come and talk about you and the crimes that you committed against them, dude.
Oh yeah.
Just watch and see. We told you your past was on its way. We do not lie.
No, when we say we're going to bring it, we actually bring it. You know, we're not The Rock, but we do bring it.
He's not so confident like he was back in those community forums, picking on older women and stuff. He ain't so confident now.
Yep.
And of course,
I think this video might be the one. If it's not, it might be the defense. So either way, I'm going to play it and we'll.
It's the what?
I think it might be the one where he tells the rest of his story about
okay.
Savage Line and saving the people and going through the roadblock with the state police. And the defense asked him, or if you go through a roadblock, why don't you just tell the state policeman that you're in the car with the killer? If he's already confessed to you for that murder, you're afraid of him. What would be a better time than right there? And that's a good question. Real good question. You still there, Matt?
Yeah, man, I'm right here.
Oh, I thought you might have got booted.
No.
Not booted, booted. Throw us a 1 in the chat. And, hey, we've got a big crowd in here. I didn't even realize it. Welcome. If I'm real bad about getting carried away in the videos and not welcoming you guys as you come in. And there's so many of you, it would be hard to do. But just know that we do appreciate every single one of you. And heck, I know it's 2:00 in the morning. Well, it is here anyway. And we appreciate the fact that you're here with us and bringing the thunder.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and start this video. And, of course, I'm sure we're going to stop because it's almost 2.5 minutes long, I think. So we'll dissect.
Dave Wood, I think it's Dave Wood. He stopped. He said, "Come up here. I'm going to show you something." And I drove him up to Dave up there, and he stopped. He used the bathroom. He was using the bathroom, but this time he's already told me the story. He left the pistol inside the car, and just like I told the detective, I said I started to grab the pistol myself and shoot him because I knew what he was doing and I know what he was going to do because he'd already been, just letting on hints of what he was going to do. And then I don't know, it's just my family, when it comes involved with my family, the things he said that he was going to do and how he's going to start pandemonium and the things that he know how to get away with and do. I couldn't do that. I couldn't go through that. I couldn't watch my family just be one by one took out of this world. I couldn't do it.
As you were there in Dayboy with your brother, were you?
Okay, so I let that play just a little bit longer, but he is setting his story up about being in his car with his brother with the gun, and you heard him say that, he thought about going ahead and getting the gun, taking care of it himself. We also testified earlier that he wouldn't, or that he didn't see the handle of the gun. All he ever saw was the barrel, which, actually that brings up another point.
What's that?
Well, first,
you're sort of muffled, man. I don't know.
First, he did see the barrel when Shelby got out of the car. I mean, the handle. Second, is the label that he said he saw, is that not on the handle?
Yeah.
The label of the gun's on the handle, right?
Well, I mean, it is. I don't know what I keep hearing. Label. Are you talking about like the engraving?
The engraving, Smith &
Okay.
Wesson,
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
Robson. Now on that Rossi I had, I know for a fact it was engraved in. It was a wooden handle, you know, and it was definitely on the handle.
Right.
Of course, he didn't see Rossi; he saw Smith and Wesson. So
Of course.
maybe
And he probably thought it was a
grabbed that
357 too.
yeah, 357 38. He calls it one point a 357 38 special. He said. But yeah, yes, small logo says Rossi. Yeah. Let me go ahead and play the rest of this now. If we make it to the end, I want you, before I stop it, I want you guys to notice at the end he kind of takes both hands and throws them up in the air like,
He's relieved.
Yeah, like, hey, did I do good or what?
Mm-hmm.
So let's watch a little bit here and I'll mute.
Were you fearful?
I was very scared. I mean, I've been a bounty hunter for, at that time, 12 years. And, I mean, I'd seen things before, but nothing like this, and put myself in a situation where I'm in it.
Okay. Now, we know that later the defense actually has an investigator who looks up his license to see if he is a bounty hunter. And guess what?
Nada.
Nope. You showed your little official document tonight. I saw it.
This prosecution here, guy. This is the people on your side.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be their star. So tell your people what you want, man. But the truth is, you were involved.
Yep.
Good luck to you, Ern. That's all I can say, man.
When he was out and he was using the bathroom, I really thought he was going to kill me. I really did. Because after he got back in, I said, just make me one promise. And he said, what's that? I said, just promise me if you're going to kill me, you don't shoot me, you give me a fighting chance. And he looked over and he laughed. He said, nah. He said, I couldn't do that. He said, you know too much of that martial arts shit. And I said, yeah. And then I knew then it was.
That black belt comes into play, huh?
Oh, my goodness. Now, let me tell you, and Margaret Shaw, who's Ernie's friend and friend of the Shell family, was in here when we played this the other night. Shelby would not have said anything to that nature. No, you know too much of that martial arts shit. Nah, not at all.
Well, for one, Ernie don't know that martial arts shit.
Yeah.
He might have taken a couple of classes here and there, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. You see the smug look on his face when he said that?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, then I knew. You knew what? You knew he was going to kill you because he wasn't man enough to fight you head up. Maybe they should have showed that video of Tim Brown whipping that, or Tim Black whipping that ass for him.
Yeah. He took one too, man. But he destroyed Cody. Please,
I wonder
man.
when that fight was.
Man, Rosie whooped Cody's ass. You know that, dude. Come on. Do what?
I wonder when that Tim Black fight was. I think it was like 2005 or something like that, 2004, 2005. But so maybe he learned a lot of that martial arts shit after that fight.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
He's moving on up to second-degree black belt, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said the other day.
I know it.
Okay, so what happened after that?
I'm always pausing at the last second. And my bad. I thought we had a little bit more video to play there. Matt, you're going to have to unmute.
Sorry, man. I'm over here talking to the mute button.
Did it listen?
Huh?
Did it listen?
No.
Yeah, mine don't either.
You know how it is, man. The THC takes effect.
I got it. Let's see. That was 209. Let's see.
So how many, what was it, 4 of them for his, the prosecution? 4 videos.
Yeah, there was 4, and I think there's quite a bit more of that for the defense, which also says a lot.
Yep. And I mean, knowing that he was at the scene of the crime the morning after, and then hearing how he's bullshitting straight up, shows you a lot.
Yeah.
You don't even have to speculate. You don't. It's right there in front of you. Like I've said for a while now. Ernie tells you who he is. You just got to listen. Maybe he is what he's described Shelby to be.
And that's the complex. Like that actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of our experts could tell us what kind of complex that is. But let's. I know it's deflection, but let's play a little bit of this one. I think this is the video where that one left off.
We drove to my mama's. Straight to my mama's, and it was I recall it might have been Wednesday night because she had church, and as we was going up the driveway, my uncle Bruce stays at my mama's, and he put 3 shells. He turned the chamber. He put 3 shells in the chamber of that pistol, and turned it around and locked it in where the first one would actually go off, and it went up spinning. He put it to where the shell would go off.
Okay. So he remembers that he put 3 shells in there in the chamber. One for him, one for Bruce, and you say one for his mama?
Yeah.
So I don't know why he wouldn't go ahead and fill the gun up just in case he missed.
Man, do remember though, he's only seen the barrel. Okay.
Right.
But he was close enough they can see how many shells he had and watch him put them in. Think on that.
And that he spun the barrel to where when he shot it, it would fire and not hit the empty chamber. So paying awful close attention, somebody that don't even know what brand the gun was.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "What are you doing, Chevrolet?" And I started thinking I counted 3 shells. My mama, Bruce, and me. And that was what come to my mind. I knew then something had to be done. So we go up the hill. I got his mind on something. I can't remember what I told him. He laid that gun in. And I was looking back and I said, "What is in this bag?" Because I knew then something was really, really up. So when I reached back, I think I reached back to try to move the bag or something. He put the gun down and he went, no. So I was like,
catch that? What are the odds that Shelby used that little Ernieism? No. Don't Ernie do that like 100 times?
All the time, yeah.
No.
Like I said, he's telling you about what happened on his part.
He's saying a whole lot, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go ahead and go.
I love those connections.
I kept going because I was driving as a tension operator. And I kept reaching back like I was going to get that bag. And then when we pulled up and parked, we parked in down below the hill there. There's like a little spot right beside my Uncle Joe's. And we parked there, and he got out. I said, "I was going to look at this bag real fast." He got out and run. Well, the gun was there, so I got out of the car. When he opened that door there, and he already had it, he already shut the door and got his bag out. And I'd hit the lock button. And he said, "No.
See where he's looking at?
Mm-hmm.
See where he's looking at? Is looking at?
Oh, yeah.
That was for you, Benny. Looking
ass.
Telling that story, he's got to get it straight. So he's going to look right straight down at that desk. And he's talking about clicking that lock to lock the gun up in the car, right?
What he's doing is he's going through his mind what he's rehearsed. So he's just zoning out, looking down.
You reckon when he rehearsed it, though, that he said that he never saw the handle of the gun and then describe two different incidences. This one here being the second one, where he actually saw the gun without it being in Shelby's hand.
Yep.
I noticed the gun was in the car and Shelby was already out. So I clicked a lot. You know?
And, bullshit.
Yeah. You got your boots on, Kemper?
I'm wading in it over here, bro.
It's getting deep, brother. Guilty knowledge. Hey, not today. That is an excellent phrase. Excellent. You've watched him channel hop for months and never had you fooled. Hey, Virginia, a lot of people see through him, and I'm glad you're one of them. And eventually, everybody sees through it. That's when all his scams, in the past, it all catches up with him. And believe me, when it's all said and done, and little fellers run off of YouTube, he's going to blame the trolls.
Yep.
He's going to blame me.
He's going to go.
Yeah.
To his special room, blaming the trolls.
Yeah.
Whether that be in a penitentiary or in a special hospital.
Yeah. Hey, I'm owning it this time. You're right, Ernie. You're right. Now, I'm not no troll.
No. A straight up man looking at you, laughing.
When I come in your chat, I don't hide. Ain't no trolling being done. I come in there with facts. And
they like to silence people with facts, man.
Yeah. And you probably, if you've been around to see Ernie and you've seen where I've ended up in the same on the same channel with him a couple times, most recently last night on his, I do come right at him raising my voice, and there's a reason for that. Ernie, if you allow him to, will dominate. He'll take and control the conversation and then mute you. As soon as he muted me last night and put me backstage, I just went on and left.
Yep, and we went live. Said, fuck it.
Yeah, and then, 10 minutes later, we had 150 people in the chat. So, but
I bet his audience dropped real quick.
Yeah. And, he brags about his big numbers, but I promise you.
Why would I go on a channel that's only got like 60 people in their live when we could be here with 400 or 500?
Yeah. Well, half of the people that are in his live are there to make fun of him. I mean, he's the Tiger King.
Absolutely.
Tiger King 2.0. Old Thunderpuss. Throw a big Thunderpuss emoji out there. Any kind of kitty cat emoji you want to. Or good old Thunderpuss. Now I'll cue this video up. We'll finish this segment right here.
When he put his back in, then I knew he was going for that gun. He wanted, but the door was locked, and I went there and I said, "Luke," I said, "What's wrong with you, man?" I said, "Why are you trying to do that?" So I had to kind of start thinking like what a criminal would think like, and just years of experience and knowing how to kind of like get through situations. I kind of start saying, "Dude, it's the end of the month anyway. Ain't nobody got no damn money." "Oh man, you're right. You're right. We need to do this." So anyway, we went to my mama's, and my brother tried his best to get her to ride with us to church, so we could take her to church. And I said, "No," I said, "Doug's already coming over, and she rides with him."
All right, that's the end of that video, and you heard more BS right there at the end. There's so many holes in his statement, his testimony. I mean, there is no way that a jury could convict somebody based on his testimony. Did you hear him say based on years of experience? Well, the damn defense comes out and makes him look like a complete liar.
12 years.
About all of his experience. Like, they come right out and say, and they prove that he didn't have a license as a bounty hunter then.
They proved that he forged his license, or, cloned it.
Yep.
From the hard drive in his computer.
Yep.
All of that those fake profiles on Facebook, all those, your Life Out profile, Ernie, that one was amusing for a guy that makes fun of people like that. You sure are getting told on, dude. That's karma. That's what happens when you're a dickhead like that.
Yeah.
That's why you don't bash. That's why you don't do it.
He's eating that big old karma sandwich.
Oh, it's a boot right now, man. He's got a mouthful of leather, dude. But yeah, dude. it's all coming back, man. All of it. All of it. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah. And we still haven't got to the end of his story where he's going to throw up those hands like, look at me. I'm Ernest T.
Well,
I'm the star of the show.
You guys can expect a few more of those teary-eyed lives for Ernie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got more coming.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're talking about those tears, Ern, I'm sorry that your son won't have nothing to do with you. But I promise you that I've never, ever texted or spoken to Jeremy, period. He's a great kid. I've seen him on Facebook and, and talked to his mom, the lady who's taken care of him his entire life without any support emotionally or financially from the father. But what you've done to damage the relationship with your son is on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't lay that on me.
It's all the stuff it's all the stuff that we're putting on this. All of these truths about Ern. That's why his son won't have nothing to do with it.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel like my kids love me, as much as a child can love a parent. But if I were doing the shit that Ernie's doing, I promise you, they would tell me, Dad, you're humiliating us. You got to stop.
Yep.
And that's what he's doing, man. He's just, he's embarrassing.
Yep.
Like he's just a total poop show.
Well, I mean, he even does it to his family. I mean, like that one post we saw where Amber was asking for prayers for Ernie because he was attacked by Antifa. And apparently they threw some liquid on him that had bacteria and it made him sick. And this one guy was like, oh, I didn't see nothing about that. And she's like, it didn't happen here. It happened in New York. He goes, well, it didn't happen on national news either. I know when Amber was talked to and was informed that he was trying to pass the werewolf story, she face-palmed herself then. Like, oh my God. And it's got to be embarrassing, dude.
Like Jamie Michael said, hey, Matt, anyway, one of you could send me the crime scene photos y'all talked about the other day. I don't even know how that poor man died. Actually, I don't feel comfortable sending out photos of his body. He died of a single gunshot wound to the head. There was a lot of other torture type things that
he was mutilated.
Yeah, I would never post that or share that because if it got out and it triggered one of his family members, like if it were my dad or my brother,
we don't want to be that guy.
I would not want to see that somewhere someday.
Yeah.
Not saying that you would show it, but
that's how things happen.
Funny way of leaking out and people getting in the wrong hands and stealing or whatever, accidentals. I've accidentally shared some of our team's information before and felt like dirt over it. Just accidents happen, and this is really not. Ernie can go get them. He can go down. Now Ernie probably will post them.
Ernie would. He's that sick motherfucker who would do that.
Yeah. If he can get that money together and go down there and get those DVDs, then he probably would post them.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling Ernie knows what they look like already.
I was going to say he might have pictures of his own.
Yeah.
I mean, Ernie's been hiding behind the lie. Now the truth is coming out. He has an opportunity to set the truth, but yet he keeps lying.
I don't care to share the and we will later. Actually, I'll show some of the fire. The house didn't actually burn down.
No, it was a failed arson attempt.
Yeah, there were several, ignited fires that burned out the oxygen. I guess the medical examiner, whoever, the fire marshal or whatever, said the oxygen burned it out or sucked it out or something real quick. But there was the couch was set on fire and it burned through the floor and then went out. And then there was a couple other fires set. They did try to set, I'm not even gonna say it, but it was, but I don't care to show anything except for Mr. King. I don't care. I don't have no problem with that. But let's hear just a little bit more of Ern's testimony. Hey guys, we're already working on a little over 2 hours, and I mean it feels like
we just started.
15 minutes. Yeah, and that's because you guys make it so easy. You guys participate and ask questions, and appreciate that.
Thanks for spending your Friday night, Saturday morning with us.
Yeah, and my birthday.
Happy birthday, man. Old ass.
There was a girl with her 2 year, looked like about 2 or 3 year old son, was walking
Sorry, I just realized this is the one that, in my opinion, thank you, Downtown Trina, thank you. In my opinion, this is the one that, after hearing everything you've heard, you hear this bunch of absolute horse crap from somebody who's already said they're trying to write a book, and somebody who claims to be in the Friday the 13th industry. You just shouldn't have said this, Ernie. I mean, hell, even if it's true, which it's not, because the timeline, as you big investigator like to talk about, just there isn't enough time for what you say happened to have happened while you're driving by. Remember, this is on a road. As you prepare to listen to this, good night, sunshine, and thank you. I'll be 30 next year, but but just listen to this, and yes, I am an Aquarius. Thank you, happy birthday. Thank you for saying happy birthday. Thank you all. But it's just impossible for you to be driving by and for all this to take place while you're driving by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was a girl with her 2 year, looked like about 2 or 3 year old son, was walking around. I think she had a Coach purse or some kind of purse, because it had the big old C's or something like that. I think he seen that, and he said, "Damn, what a lick." I said, "What do you mean by that?"
Bumbling around in control. I just wanted to also point out, pay particular attention to the fact that he won't look up. He absolutely won't look up during this story. He even covers his eyes with his hands a couple times. He already did. So just pay attention to that, and I'll get your opinions here in just a moment.
He said, "Damn, what a lick." I was like, "Well, this fool's coming to his senses." That's what I was thinking, I just saw his big face and stuff. And it's right at the Huddle House where the lights are at as we was coming out. And, the road that comes around, and there's like a four-way there. And the lights are there. And I was sitting there looking, and I thought there was an undercover cop behind me, a couple cars behind me. It was an old gray Crown Victoria, and I was like, well, that's an undercover cop. And if anything happens, I can, do something and get attention and then go from there. But he rolled the window down, and he said, I just said, damn, what a lick. He said, he pointed the gun out. I said, what are you going to do? He said, it's just going to be pop, pop, pull over. And I said, God, what are you going to do? He said, well, you shoot right. He said, no, it's going to be pop, pop. He said, the first one's for the kid. And when he said that, it really, it hit my head hard. It's like, I took oaths and stuff before the past, and I was like,
All right, let's discuss a little bit. First, let's go back to the beginning.
Did he just say he took oath and stuff in the past?
Yes. But in the beginning of this story right here, now, remember, we've watched this in chronological order of his testimony.
Yep.
Remember, he's already testified that Shelby has confessed to the murder at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So he just now says he thought Shelby Lee had come to his senses and it was just a phase. What was just a phase? Murdering Ronnie King? Is that a phase? Dude, I'm catching more and more and more every time I watch this. Like,
it makes sense, dude. It all makes sense. Amazing what happens when you have all the pieces to the puzzle and you start putting it together.
Oh my! Like, I thought he'd come to his senses. I thought it was just a phase. A phase? Murder phase? A murder phase? What else aren't you telling us, Ernie? Why won't you look up? You see guys where he's still looking? Show me that big one in the chat if you see where Ernie's looking. He's looking ass. Where's his looking ass looking at? I'm sorry I have to laugh and make a little bit light of it.
Yeah, dude, it's deep though, man. It is.
It is.
The more we're watching this again and we know what we know. Yeah.
Phase? And you say that to the jury? Okay, you just told 12 men and women, and remind me to talk about those 12 men and women too.
Okay.
You just told me 12 men and women. You just told those 12 gentlemen and ladies that he confessed to murdering Ronnie King and did heinous things, right?
Yeah, some sick
heinous things to the body. And you said, oh, I figured he'd finally come to his senses, and it was just a phase. It just don't add up, little fella. You big bad boy that goes and threatens people's family.
Yep.
You extort people. You say people are threatening you. Hey, we're bringing the truth. Was it just a phase, Ernie? Are you just in the bounty hunter phase right now? Are you just in a fickle phase? What is a phase? Can you spell it? Can you give me the definition? Use it in a sentence? That's hard to believe, man. That's hard to believe. All right. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Like, why the kid? They said, that way I don't have a chance to grow up and go to hell.
Okay, right quick. I'm going to rewind that little section, like the last 5 seconds. You can tell Mr. Storyteller is telling a story because when he says, you see his tongue sticking out of his mouth right now, like I just accomplished something. When he says that way you don't have a chance to grow up and go to hell, then he rocks back and forth and has that cocky look on his face like, yeah, I just told something significant right there. Pay attention to that. I'm going to rewind it and let it play a little bit.
fast don't have a chance to grow up and go to hell. And so as you put your,
keep driving?
no, yes, I was driving, but it was coming closer, and as you put the weapon down, his funny bone was like right on the end of the thing. He had the pistol on the girl. I don't know why she didn't move, but she's like, and she see it. I seen him lay the hammer back, and I was watching his hand pull that, and I said, I got to do something. I stomped the gas, and I back got T-bone, and I tried to get T-bone. And as we was going up and everything, he was like, man, what do? He looked at me and said, thank you, brother. And I said, what's wrong with you?
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. What are you looking at, brother?
Yeah, man.
Ernie, what the hell are you looking at, dude? Is there a fake sandwich down there?
I think that's where he's got his story. He's got it written right down there on his boot.
Goodness gracious. Like, if you're going to tell a story like that, at least look them in the eye, buddy. Look up and look at the jury and
sell the story, dude. Sell it.
Yeah, make them believe you, bro.
The delivery sucks.
Terrible. I'm going to tell you right now. If you're going to buy his book, you're wasting your damn money because it's going to suck if he tells that book story the way he's telling this one.
It's just going to be a bunch of screenshots of shit from Facebook, man.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I can't believe I've been so jealous of this guy all my life.
I know, dude. I mean, you need to tone it down a little bit. I
know. I'm just so jealous. You know why I'm so jealous? Because he's so handsome and I'm the hunchback of Notre Dame.
Well, I mean, in his martial arts skills, fuck, dude, I'd be a little bit jelly too, you know?
Would somebody please look up Miss Evelyn Bovee Jenkins and tell her there ain't no such thing as the hunchback of Notre Dame? Notre Dame is a school that's very popular for their football squad. The hunchback was from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is the Fighting Irish. You about as smart as Ernie. All right. Rant over. I'm going to play a little bit more of Ernie's lies. I wonder if he's ever going to look up the rest of his testimony. You think so?
No.
Put me a 1 in the chat if you think there's at least a chance he'll look up. And a 0 if there's no chance he looks up.
And he's like, man, I can't believe that. I said, what's going on? And he says, I didn't have enough. He said, I want to thank you, man. He said, I didn't have enough ammunition. There's too many witnesses.
Oh, damn. I just caught another one, Matt. Buddy, I've never, for one, I don't go fishing. So I've never really caught a fish, but
yeah,
I feel like I'm catching shit left and right tonight. Like, you mean to tell me that just an hour or so prior, he's up there and he specifically puts 3 bullets in the chambers of his gun,
yeah,
to take care of Mamaw, Bruce, and Ernie. He ain't worried about nobody else, He ain't gonna have to shoot his way out of that holler up in Everts. But for those 2, unsuspecting murder victims, the mother and her poor 2 or 3-year-old son, thank you, Ernie. I didn't have enough ammunition. Okay. Man, somebody gonna have to help him with the storytelling stuff, man. We got Notre Dame fan in here. All right, I'm going to mute and play just a little bit more. Actually, I'm not even going to fool with it because you know what I noticed? We're at the 227 mark and that video is 228, and I'm not getting suckered like that again. I caught it. So I'm going to pull up the next video because I don't think he's quite done with his story here. So let me pull that one up, and I might just jump right on into it. Mm-hmm.
What are you playing?
The next video. I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Oh, okay.
because there was only 1 second left in that video.
Yep, you almost bet on that one, didn't you?
There was a girl with her 2 year, look, about 2 or 3 year old son was walking.
Well, hell, that's the same video. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, Ern might get off easy if I can't find it. Oh, Shelby sure didn't get off easy, did he? He got set up.
Big Brother set him up, man.
He got set up.
I mean, like I said, the more you watch, the more you understand it. Now we understand why Shelby was saying that.
For sure. I'm going to let this one run right on in.
Because Ernie was involved and then deflected any involvement, any
Absolutely.
connection to it.
Did you describe any guns or revolvers for the police?
The gun.
Is it possible you had trouble remembering the color of any gun handle?
Gun handle. Yes, right now I don't remember. The gun handle wasn't hardly visible. The only thing I ever seen on it, like I said, was the blue. It was a blued up 357 38 is what I know it was.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Now, he's just on here bragging about knowing all these details about that gun. And then he said, only thing I remember and with it was that it was a blued up 357 38. He forgot to say it was a Smith & Wesson. What in the ever-loving hell is going on here, Matthew Kemper?
I swear, dude. I'm over here talking to the mute button again.
Oh, boy, can't tell a story to save Shelby. I mean, it's his life.
Yep, everybody's in jeopardy when Ernie's around, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, he screws everything up all the time. But it's the trolls, the haters, everybody but Ernest.
Ernest Mack. Ernie Mac. Yes, those are the emails I was talking about. The ones you just sent me, Matt. Those are the emails I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, those are pretty damning. Like, it's actually from and back and forth with a combat veteran and Xander and Ortina. And the combat vet gets no respect. It's pretty crazy, man. We're going, we're almost at 2.5 hours, so we probably won't get into those emails tonight, but the next time we'll lead with them. Okay. I promise. And that'll give me a chance to get them all loaded up and so we can show those. And there's a possibility that the person that's in the email exchange will come on and talk as well. So that would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, I stopped it there and we've already seen the defense, but I just thought that was ironic that right off the bat, he's talking about that gun and, all of a sudden he can't remember, right? Only thing I remember, it was a blued up 357 38. And that's a 5-number gun, 357 38. Now, from what I've been told, and I'm definitely not a gun expert. From what I've been told, some 38 specials, maybe all of them, you can use a 357 ammunition, or maybe it's the other way around. But either way, oh heck yeah, Spooky ML, thank you for your service. If you can, hey, throw up an American flag. Is there an American flag emoji? If you can find one, look it up and throw those up for Spooky ML, and all the other men and women of our military. That's awesome. You know, I always wanted, like when I was in high school, that was my plan. Like I wanted to join the Marine Corps, but my girlfriend had different ideas. You know, her mom wouldn't let us date, so we ran away, and the rest, as they say, is history. Here we are, marriage 29 years later, but altogether almost 31 years. And
You just told us you wasn't.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really not 29. I'm actually 49. I'm like 2 weeks older than Matt Kemper.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy. Had to take you down with me.
No problem, man. That's cool.
But
I'm getting old too.
Okay, no 357 is longer than 38 unless a 38 is modified. Oh, that's nice. So Ernie is absolutely tongue twisted and mistaken when he tells the jury that it was a blued up 357-38. Are you telling me there's no such gun as a 357-38? We're all young here. We're all youngins.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm over here responding.
Here we are at nearly 3 a.m. The young and the restless.
Do you think that's why Ernie didn't want him to serve him papers to come to court?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, you know, I've never even mentioned that. Ernie was real skittish before the trial. Like he tried to avoid getting his subpoena to court. And if he hadn't been living at my house when they actually subpoenaed us to court, when I went and got my subpoena, they were like, "Is Ernie still staying at your house?" And I'm like, "Yeah, right now he's currently at the house." They were like, "Well, you can give him his and tell him he better be in court." And I had forgot about that. Thank you, honey. My wife, she don't have the COVID brain fog. And Ernie and his little panty brigade done made her mad. Oh, I got a screenshot too. I'll share it tomorrow.
Of what?
I'll share it tomorrow. Oh, Ernie's little I don't know. I don't want to call her fat girl no more because I just don't feel comfortable doing that. But the lady who called me the Hunchback of Notre Dame said I was always jealous of Ernie. And then Ernie said on his live that my wife was asking about Ernie Shell. No, she didn't. I got the message that my wife sent to that lady. All she says is, "We need to talk." Of course, she got blocked because she knew who my wife was. Yeah. 318 Cold Comfort Road, Churchill, Tennessee. How close is that? What's the name of that road that I'm not even
Ben Hill?
Is it Ben Hill?
Yeah.
Does anybody know how far that is from Cold Comfort Road in Churchill, Tennessee? Of course, like I told somebody the other day, we were talking about distance. Like, shit, an hour for Ernie in the car is nothing because he drives all over the place anyway. I mean, that's his home. I'm not talking about Tennessee. I'm talking about his car. So, about an hour. Okay. Oh, 5 to 7 miles. We got 1 hour and 30 minutes and then 5 to 7 miles. We got conflicting reports. And that's okay. We appreciate the feedback. And that's the thing. It's okay to be mistaken. We all make mistakes. We all get tongue twisted. Poor Jamie's never going to ever have that stuff being able to be taken off the internet where he got all flustered at Ernie and said whatever it was he said. Something about I don't support protecting kids or something, just something stupid that Jamie admittedly was frustrated and said the wrong thing, the opposite of what he wanted to say. But, people make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's the ones who can, admit when you make a mistake, and the ones who make an honest mistake. That's a lot different, whole lot different than telling 10 different stories from the witness stand when you're the prosecution's key witness. Like it's pretty obvious, man. Like if you think it's obvious that Ernie was involved in Mr. King's death, throw a 1 up in the chat. It really blows my mind. Like, I never paid much attention to that testimony. Like when I first listened to it, because I was just trying to get through, and man, like there's so many holes in that thing. I mean, there's holes that the prosecutor or that the defense didn't even point out. Like the guns, Now I noticed that the very first time I heard it, like, oh my God, what did you just say?
Yeah.
I mean, that blew your mind. What do you think now, dude?
Yeah. But his story about now also, hey, throw a 2 up in the chat if you think Ernie's story was even possible, that he had time to drive by those 2 people on the road, and all that went down between him and Shelby went down before he passed them on the road. And I have a purse expert in the house, and Ernie's story about Shelby claiming, that Coach purse is going to be a big lick. My wife says if there's a bunch of C's on the purse, it's probably a Calvin Klein purse. The Coach purses usually have the 1 C, like a big C, or the 2 C's that cross each other or something. But
Or it has Coach on it.
yeah, it says Coach. My wife collects. What's the kind that I get you?
I collect Coaches and I collect
Michael Kors is my favorite. Is her favorite. My wife's favorite. But 14 miles, 31 minutes. Is that the distance between the roads, G's Louise, or TP? TP comes out. TP. You need TP for your bungalow.
Yeah.
Land of Ern.
Yeah, man, that's just it's funny that he was crying today, man. Because after he went through his whole crying thing, he starts going through all of this quote unquote proof of his that he always goes through whenever he gets burned on something. Like last night, he was showing all the kids he's saved and all that business, and then today he was showing his military pictures, and like, dude, really, you weren't military. Quit fronting.
Right. So the screenshot I was just sent it's 14.4 miles and 31 minutes from Cold Comfort Road to Ben Hill Road. So that's really not much of a distance,
Nope.
I think I don't know about that particular case, but in the case of Ronnie King, I think Shelby Shell, in the very least, should have a little company in his cell.
Oh yeah, for sure. We just want the justice that should be done.
Yeah, go ahead and delete that. There's no, it's of course, he'll blame that on me anyway. Jimbo, you sending death threats, and no, Ernie, nobody wants to kill you.
We ain't worth it.
We just want to make a horse's ass out of you. And to be honest with you, making it pretty easy. Like,
I'm just going to throw this out there. They probably didn't believe that somebody was carrying a Coach purse and walking.
Yeah, my wife said.
Right.
Yeah, walking.
You're talking about $400 to $500 purse.
But
I know.
I'm telling you, she catches on to the smallest little things, man. It's, but you know,
Liar in chief.
the Cry Fest was it was all a show.
Yep.
It was all a show. And
Well, dude, he was even trying to say, "Oh, I helped Jimbo move when he got evicted and all that shit, man." Like
evicted.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Man, what the hell?
Yep.
I'd like to see some receipts. What?
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
That was one of the many things my attention was brought to. Like I said, I was at work, so I was just being sent the highlights.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's say I was evicted. At least I had a house. And if he helped me move, I moved into another house.
That he was paying the bills in that Ernie fucking lived in. Pardon my French.
Maybe if Ernie would have pitched in a little bit, I wouldn't have got evicted. Reckon?
Well, I mean, if he would have pitched in his part of the rent, you know.
Yeah.
He wants to talk shit about you, but he forgets that you foot the bill for him for so many years and did not treat him any different. You put up with his shit, and believe me, there's a lot of shit. You put up with his shit. Your family put up with his shit. I mean, gosh, dude. And he wants to blame you for this?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even talk to me until Ernie started running his mouth about you, and then you were like, okay, what's up?
Yeah. You know the thing, and I don't feel like I have to defend myself about Ronnie King or anything, but like I won't touch a dead animal. Like a dead. Yeah, I wouldn't even kill a spider. Like, me and dead things are a no.
Right.
But obviously, I'm not the killer inside.
Right.
I am not the killer inside. I think the killer inside is on the outside. And he should be on the inside. And his little cry fest, I don't know if it's any I don't know if it's related or not, but if you notice, like, I had to kind of stop myself a couple times last night when I was talking about the little girl and the pillow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that had an effect on little Ern's performance today.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
And I can't listen, Ernie. I can't make your family love you. You should have been more honest your whole life.
Yeah.
I can't go back and fix your reputation. You should have been more honest your whole life.
No.
When you're growing up and telling people you're a professional athlete before you ever even get out of high school, it don't look good, buddy.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's sort of crazy. He's no LeBron James.
No, but he was a professional boxer,
Oh, yeah.
And a ninja, expert in ninjutsu. Of course, we may be able to see that on display in the Cobra Kai.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Toaster oven was Ernie and his brother abused. Testimony in the trial said that his brother was, for sure. And I've heard from people who know Ernie on I don't know, that have carnal knowledge of Ernie that say that he was too. So I don't know, wasn't there. I didn't know him. I didn't meet Ernie until we were both relatively young adults. But so I don't know about his childhood, to be honest with you. I couldn't speak on it and wouldn't pretend to, but
I mean, but not for nothing though. Just to say this, not all victims do what Ernie and Shelby do.
True. I mean, I'm talking to one right now.
Right.
You are what you choose to be. I learned that a long time ago. No matter what you do, you choose to do it.
Even with mental health problems.
Yeah. You still make a choice.
Yep.
You still make a choice. I saw some people talking about his article. Yes. You can contact ABC Newswire and tell them whatever you want to tell them. Write your own story. I think it's $40. I think it's $99 a year, but it's $40 for the article, and they'll put it out there and make a press release, and whatever you want it to say, they'll say.
Yep.
Within
Nothing
reason.
special about it, man.
Yeah. Just like his, pretty much his entire being. The interview with Chris Hansen. Okay, that is a paid plug.
Yep. 100%.
If you got the money and you want to call Chris Hansen and get him to say, John Smedley is a great man. He's doing great things. And if you want to catch a predator, call John Smedley. If you pay Chris Hansen enough money, which is probably, $50 to $100 if I'm guessing, he'll say it.
Spooky ML, you're right. The Shelby boys were never kidnapped, ever.
No.
That's another one of the. Ernie played games in his adult life trying to make people believe he had been kidnapped. So
yeah,
I mean, this is Ernie's imagination coming out, guys.
And that's another thing. There are people, survivors, and people who didn't survive, whose family are left behind, that were kidnapped.
Yep.
Legit. And by you like to throw up your little thunder and then thief and all that stuff. Yeah, you're stealing thunder, all right. Yep. You're stealing thunder from legitimate victims.
Exactly.
Legitimate victims. Hey, I actually sold a book on here the other night. That's pretty cool, man.
That's awesome, man.
I'm gonna send that out, and can't wait. Can't wait to.
Yeah, but guys, honestly, Ernie's stories. I mean, this is a rough guesstimate, but about 90% of what he's saying to you guys, it's fabricated.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear? Now you know what we always say, like Ernie's, will sprinkle in a little truth here and there.
Yeah.
Did you know he said that about us, like yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Of course, he sees what we're doing. He sees that it works. He's trying to mimic, man. What does he do? He mimics people. Yeah. He's not original at all.
And he thinks that the stand is all about him.
The thing is we're bringing truth. He's bringing lies. The reason why it works for us is because we bring in the truth.
Yeah.
It's not just the things that we're saying. It's the content, the substance. Yours is hollow. There's nothing there. You can get a needle and pop it like a balloon. That's how real it is.
Yeah. See, Matt, you're a better storyteller than Ernie is. Pop it like a balloon.
But for real, dude, I mean, about 90% of what he says is bullshit. So even when it comes to the stories about his family, 90% of it's bullshit. He wasn't kidnapped. They're not werewolves. They're not vampires. I mean.
Well, did you hear the story that he tells about the kidnapping? That two men.
Oh yeah, with
came
the
to his house
or something.
Machine guns.
Yeah. In Harlan, right, or in that area?
Yeah,
really,
like a gangster movie,
Yeah.
And throw them in the trunk. But now they're found later in Atlanta. I'm sorry, but if two men are going to come to your home and they're gangsters, like machine gun toting gangsters, I'm afraid there ain't gonna be no witnesses. I'm afraid some people's gonna meet their maker. The stories you tell make no sense because they're lies. Lies often don't make sense. 2 and 3 don't make 4. No matter how you twist it and turn it, it don't add up.
Well, I mean, he tells his stories in such a way that they always circle back around and tell on him because he has made the lie as he's gone. And by the time he gets around, he's done told on himself. Like he's never claimed to have a college degree. What did we find? Like, was it 2 days before that? Well, I've got a degree in business marketing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just one of many examples. Like in the same 5 minutes in one of his lives, he went from trashing some people for their looks to, oh, we're not going to do that around here. We're not like that. We're not going to stoop to their level. That kind of.
Yeah.
But that's what he does.
Yeah. You proved me wrong, oppositional effect. See, now that's correct. If you've had a few too many glasses of wine, 2 plus 3 is actually 4.
Spooky ML, I would have to say that they probably at least suffer some kind of I don't know, mental issue.
Intellectual disability.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Because I mean, not for nothing, if they're believing Ernie and following that and being rah rah ree, then apparently their processing isn't very good. So you sort of have to question that. And if you look at percentages, look at how many people follow him compared to most people, and then look at how many people are active. And that'll tell you the real number of people, because that whole 2,500 or whatever he's got for his subs, that's not even real.
Yeah.
That's not even real. Okay. But damn it, I forgot what I was saying.
You're saying, sorry, Miss Jackson.
That's what that THC said to my thought. But no, man, he always tells on himself. He's a habitual liar, and he blames everybody, but he doesn't look at what he does. A 5-year-old can look at what he does and laugh at him, tell him he's silly.
Yeah. Listen, my kids always told him he was silly. For years and years, they poked fun and had fun with him because he was not as far advanced intellectually as they were.
Right.
And I'm talking about when they were babies.
Yeah.
Like kids. Like he would argue with them like 2 kids arguing. And yes, somebody said mental illness is real. It is absolutely real. Absolutely. And people who suffer from that need real help. And Ernie does. Ernie needs help. He's of course he's not going to listen to me. He probably won't listen to nobody else either. He's evolved so much and progressed so much and I'm going to say it is with his cult following he's got.
Yep.
And I'm going to now everybody that goes into Ernie's chat or subscribes to his channel is not an Ernie cult member.
Right.
But he definitely has a cult following. For a large number. Giovanna, I'm going to say that I have heard that.
Heard what?
Are they inbred?
Well, I mean, yeah.
I've heard that. And I've heard that from family members. So, take it for what it's worth. I don't know for a fact. I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I didn't meet Ernie until, he was already an adult. I've got family that went to school at Everett's when Ernie was there, And and they tell me that he was a special human being. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying special ed or nothing like that. I'm just saying that people understood. Oh, that's just Ernie. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's just one of his stories.
Sort of like a mascot, man.
Yeah. How tall is Ernie? Probably 5'7". Definitely no taller than 5'8", and that's with shoes on. He's not a tall man by any means.
Or a big man at all.
Yeah, he does have one arrest record that says 5 foot. You're correct. I think that's wrong though.
Yeah.
That's just a typographical error or a typo in layman's terms.
It wasn't a fickle one.
Is it a fickle? Was it in a fickle measurement? That is the question. Xander likes it. Listen, I'm starting to see and hear some different things about old Xander, and these emails that we're talking about, spooky emails that we're talking about here, that have been forwarded to me from her family. It shows a different side of old Xander. And for whatever reason, that whole group down there, they defend each other to the hilt.
Yep.
Even when they know that they're defending wrong.
They can't show weakness, man. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
That's fine, man. Burn together. That's fine. House is on fire. You want to try to hold up the walls. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that a funny comparison? House is on fire. We saw a Dodge Caliber driving away from a house fire.
Yep.
The jury saw it. Ernie don't like that. Well, you didn't let me cross-examine. You don't cross-examine the prosecution.
The witness.
Yeah, the prosecution don't come back and cross-examine after the defense is done.
Their own witness, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you were supposed to be the star, dude, and you did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
You did help your brother, didn't you?
Yeah. But
Felt
they
bad, didn't you? Halfway through, and you backed out of what you told him you were going to do. The plan, I guess. And you threw him under the bus. Because we know you was there. Like I said, you might have sat in the car, you might have gone in, but you was there.
Video don't lie.
Right. And you was the one driving that car, Ern. You can say alibi, whatever, dude. You can say it up. You're going to. We can't stop you. But it's bullshit. You scrambling to try to save your ass right now, dude.
Ernie, why did you tell Amber that Shelby's cell phone was pinged off the towers in Everett's?
Yeah.
They didn't even, the state police never even got the cell phone ping information. They never even subpoenaed it.
Yep.
Why did you say that?
Throw him off, man. Throw him off.
You clever little fella. Clever. It's too easy.
Took a few years, but he got caught, though.
Too easy.
Yep.
Yeah, he got caught after his brother is serving 20 years in prison.
Yep.
How do you feel about that, big
when
brother?
He should at least have company.
Yeah. How you feel about that, big brother? Shelby said, "Hey, brother, can't wait to see you. I love you more than the air that I breathe."
That's messed up, Ern, dude.
Can't wait to spend Brother's Day with you. Love you more than the air that I breathe. Oh, my goodness.
What a sellout, dude.
Cold-blooded sellout, dude.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
You wonder why we call you a rat.
Hey, Ernie, you know my sister that you doxed and threw her information up for everybody to see today?
Threatening her job.
You know, we had the same father, different mothers, and I didn't see her for the first probably 39, 40 years of my life. But, you know, my sister, I wouldn't sell her out like that. My half-sister, You know, we don't even have the same both parents. I wouldn't do her the way you did Shelby. I wouldn't do it to my brother. I got one full-blooded brother, like same mother and father. I wouldn't do him that way.
No, I wouldn't even do my friends that way, boss.
No. Like,
it's messed up, man.
Alaska Bush Mom, I promise we're going to get in those emails. But it's just, there's so much, and it's already 3:00 in the a.m.
Oh, damn, it is 3 a.m.
Yeah. And,
yeah, we've seen that profile on there about Shelby. He's in his jailhouse outfit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you could write Shelby that way, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh, now listen, the defense in one of their closing statements. Now, the prosecution did drop the ball a lot, obviously, but in one part of the closing statements, the defense says that the Kentucky State Police never got my fingerprints, like my fingerprints. Of course, they never got Ernie's, but they didn't need my fingerprints. I've been arrested before. My fingerprints are on file. You know, I'm not the one going, I have no criminal record, which I don't really have a criminal record. I've never been convicted of a crime, but I have been arrested, and they did take my fingerprints. You know, Ernie Shell actually had me arrested once.
Yep.
Claimed I stole $5,000 from him. And Margaret Shaw said she saw me do it at my MMA show. The MMA show where I made what did we make that night, honey? $15,000, something like that? 15 grand. That's the night that Marco and Kilgore fought. Like, the tickets were, I think, at that event were $35 a piece, and we had 700 people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just made insane money
Well, see, that's another thing Ernie was claiming about you is that he did all the work for a lot of these shows, and you would sit there and make, I don't know, $15,000-$20,000, and he would get $200 or $300. See, he's not telling everybody he was the gopher.
Yeah,
hey, go hang this up. Go get these tickets over here. Whatever. He that's all he did. It wasn't like he was putting up the ring or any of that shit.
He would go hang posters.
Right.
And while he went and hang those posters, I would give him money to eat on, use my vehicle and my gas money, and he would go hang posters.
Didn't he do the same kind of work for Chris?
Yeah. But as far as the work at the event, Ernie didn't never do jack shit. Ever. Name one thing you did, Ernie. Tell me one thing you did at an MMA event that I ran. Now I'm telling everybody you hung posters.
Yep.
Are you saying that you deserve $2,000 or $3,000 to go hang posters?
Hell, man, $200 or $300 is good money for doing that, especially when you're not having to use any of your resources to do that.
Dude, we're talking about probably a total of 10 hours worth of hanging posters. 10 hours.
And I'm sure he didn't have to pay for anything at the events either, did he?
Lord, no. And he got people in for free and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, you were horrible to him, man. You know?
Yeah.
But that's the shit he wants to tell all his followers. Everybody wants to say that, Jimbo's just trying to hurt Ernie with all this information, and he's not giving Ernie a chance to explain. Okay, Ernie's had plenty of chance to explain.
Yeah. Hey, he took my video and explained today and didn't get my permission and didn't use the Fair Use Act in front of it and cut off my logo from the beginning of it. Oh, we gonna have a problem, big boy.
Yep.
I already sent that in to YouTube. So
good luck, followers.
Just waiting on a decision.
Your boy's gonna screw up. You ain't gonna have a channel to watch. Then what are you gonna do?
I may actually go see a lawyer and see if there's if I can get any kind of other than YouTube, you know.
Right. But yeah, man. He just wants to tell lies on everybody. I mean, he's ripping into Jamie, and he fucking knows better, dude. He knows way better. Jamie is nothing of what these people have said. Nothing like it. Whenever he went and was infiltrating them, people, their minds were blown because Jamie's not that type of person. And there is a common opinion from the community there in Newport. Now, they can think, oh, well, people love us. No. Your reputation has gone downhill since you showed up.
Yeah.
Your personal reputation, your business reputation. Yeah, you might know how to put some salves, mix up some salve or whatever. Okay, so can I. Big flipping deal, dude. And plus, there are other competitors in town that are way better. Better product, nicer owners and workers. But yeah, nobody in Newport thanks any of you. Sorry, man, I got distracted. And I forgot what I was saying. Sorry, I got a message and I seen it come across the top of the screen. I was like, oh, okay. And then lost my thought. But yeah, I'm just tired of hearing him rip into people, dude.
Yeah.
And lie. Dude, if you want to do it right, do it right. Tell the truth. Play the game right. If you're going to say somebody is something, bring the proof with it. Don't go spreading it everywhere, anywhere you can. Because this will all come back. And it's coming back in the form of your past, the truth of your past.
Yeah.
Mr.
John Lewis, where do I think this ends? The Ernie Shell situation, I think, ends with Ernie Shell going to jail. He has committed fraud. He has committed extortion. He has threatened people.
Stalking.
Stalking. Yeah, he's going to go to jail. I'm positive if he doesn't go to jail first, that his YouTube channel is going to go away, and then the Stand will move on and cover something else, and we'll give you just as much passion and hard work as we did with the Ernie Shell. We're not just now we began because of Ernie, but we're not just anti-Ernie. We are anti-bad people.
Yep.
So we're going to find another bad person, hopefully somebody who's doing something similar to what Ernie's doing.
Yep.
And we'll bring awareness to that, and we'll go at them 100%. That's where I see the end game.
And do know that this isn't just us. There is what Ernie likes to talk about having. There is an army of really good people.
Yeah.
That care about humans enough to put themselves in the line of fire with some douchebags to help people.
Giovanna, I'm actually going to go and try to speak with Shelby. I'm going to ask if he will put me on a list and where I can visit him. Now, bear in mind that I did record Shelby's confession. So he may not want to see me. And, be honest with you, that's going to be pretty damn uncomfortable if I do get to see him. But I'm going to make that attempt.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, and you might find out some information that not a lot of people have, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If he puts you on that list and you get to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward. He can't get to you or nothing, but I mean, I get why it would be awkward because, like you said, you did record his not confession, but the phone call that got him put in prison, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure he's got some things to say he did in that interview with the TV station.
Yeah. Matt, what is planned for tomorrow? What do you got going on tomorrow? I know you
I
work.
got to work a double. It'll be about the same schedule as tonight.
Are you wanting to do anything tomorrow?
As well.
I'm sure the little Colonel's going to come on, and hopefully, I'm going to go and try the woodshed tomorrow. If you don't know where or what that is, Google it. Woodshed, Newport, Tennessee.
It's a very good restaurant, guys. If you're ever in Newport, go check it out.
Yeah. So I'm going to check that out. I've been wanting to try that dad burn onion ever since you told me about it.
Just overlook the junkyard that's in front of it.
Yeah. I'm not going to overlook it. I'm going to look right the hell at it. I won't be looking down like a little coward.
Well, you'll be looking down because it's up the hill from him. But yeah, I get you.
I don't look down. I don't look away.
That onion is wonderful, though, dude. It really is.
Thank you, Redstone. Appreciate that. I'm still a very young man.
You feel it, don't you?
Oh my gosh, I'm wore out already. Thank you, Downtown. But I guess we've had a pretty good show, and numbers have been phenomenal again tonight on a weekend, on Friday night, and 3 a.m. We still got nearly 150 people here. Can you believe that?
That's awesome, man.
And I hate to even stop, but Mama Bear over there is wanting me to come to bed. So, and like I said, I am getting old.
You got to rest them bones on your birthday.
Got rest these bones, But we will try to come back tomorrow around midnight again, 12:05. I'll set it for. If anything changes, we'll make a post and let you know. I've posted some steel pictures to our community page on the stand. Also, if you have time and you're on Facebook, check out Tales of a Lycan. Also, and we don't run this page. We don't know who does. I promise we don't. Check out Horror Mask News. That was Ernie's original daddy. They've been calling out Ernie since 2016 or 2017.
Yep.
And there's lots of good stuff.
They are actually the people that inspired me to want to do another Facebook page. So I mean, and it's literally the early works of Ernie Shell.
Yeah.
And it was his page, and shit happens when you scam people, and they decided to tell the world about his scams, and they are part of the foundation of what we're doing here, guys.
Hey,
so go over there and check them out. Give them some love.
I'm getting loved on. They're loving on me.
Go check out Jamie's channel, Predators of Predator Hunter Nation.
Oh yeah,
that man's got some fire, man. He's not going to bring lies.
Hey, you guys throw a 1 up in the chat if you would like for me to go to our community page and post 3 or 4 of the first pages of my book. And I will tell you that Little Ern is in those pages.
Well, he was talking about that too.
Oh.
The whole first chapter is about me, blah, blah, blah.
It is.
Well, I know, but he was trying to make it sound like it was something like
it's not flattering. It's not flattering. Oh, and you know what? I probably sold enough books that I could buy him a little house, By house, I mean like a Chevette or an older model car that doesn't cost very much. All right.
You can buy the school bus that he can live in.
Page.
Do what?
I said before I go to bed tonight, I'll go ahead and post those to the community page. So give it a few minutes and check those out, and I'll have them up there. Hey, we appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out so long. It's almost 3:30. You guys have been awesome, interactive, asking questions, answering questions.
Hey guys, keep those emails coming, man.
Oh yeah,
keep those coming.
12 to check.
And guys, if you need to talk, we're here. I might be at my work. I'll get the message. I'll message back.
I literally fell asleep this morning, like it was last night / this morning.
Oh, speaking about falling asleep, how about me last night on our live?
Hey, throw a 2 in the chat if you heard Kemper snoring last night.
Dude, I woke up in my chair at the desk with my phone in my hand. Going,
Have you watched it yet?
No.
I tried to call you on Facebook to wake you up.
That's great, dude. That's great. Hey, man, things happen when you're having fun, bro.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, just shortly after midnight.
Yep.
On February the 20th. Getting closer to Matt's birthday now.
Yep. We're working on the March 5th one.
That's right. So, hey, I'm Jimbo.
I'm Matt.
We're the Stand.